left me in all my dirty. You wanna roll with me, you wanna hold with me, you wanna make eyes and get Norwegian wood with me. I just love to hear you say it. It makes a man feel good, baby. I'm lost without you, can't help myself. How does it feel to know that I love you, baby? I'm lost without you, can't help myself. How does it feel to know that I love you, baby? 'Cause you will tell me every morning, ooh, alright, babe. Oh yeah, oh baby, oh darling, alright, right. I'm lost without you, can't help myself. How does it feel to know that I
a better voice and sang some better words. I wish I found some chords in an order that is new. I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang. I was told when I get older all my fears would shrink, but now I'm insecure and I care what people think.
My name's blurry face and I care what you think. My name's blurry face and I care what you think.
Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Now we're stressed out. Now we're stressed out. Now we're stressed out.
Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. It's all about Romy and them big fat sister Naomi. You two of them claims that them know me. All them argument throw me. The boy that name Romy and the more in sister Naomi. You two of them claims that them know me. All them argument throw me. But me wonder me, how him fi know me? I want to host me man and crack down me go live there and see it a grow me. Who the boy owe me? Him argument show me. Him gal want blow me through chase and me blew me. Me here now you owe me a 15 auntie. Me check it out deep down to the grandma what? Me sorry got the boy grudge me. The boy bad mind me. That's why me argument jump and all roll me. And him big fat sister now you me. The two of them claims that them know me. And them argument show me. That boy their name Romy and him big fat sister Naomi. The two of them claims that them know me. And them argument but hold on now. Me SMS Naomi, one big fat girl from in the 1920. If looks was a hoe, she live a do cause she plenty. And from a girl plenty, I love like empty. People look ya, Naomi a whore and a pooper a preacher. Me get to understand the girl a rich craft worker. She obey her mother and go take the stepfather. That's why the DJ daughter say, oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Oh na 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 na. Romy and him big fat sister Naomi. The two of them claims that they know me. And them argument throw me. The father name Romy and him worrying sister Naomi. The two of them claims that they know me. And them argument throw me. To my girlfriend hyper, her life brighter. Naomi done spider. Enough is enough. I have had it.
Why so serious?
And we hold the world ransom for
Wayne Gandy.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Show me that.
Broadcasting live from the Armada FM studios in Atlanta, Georgia. This is the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
You may fill me up, yeah. Can you fill me up, yeah? But you won't break me down. I've come too far, yeah. I've come too far, yeah. To just throw in the towel. Hey. It's a new day, I'ma do it. Yeah, I'm gonna go all the way. You may build me up.
Welcome. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. You're listening to the Sports Joc Morning Show. It is 9 a.m. It is Atlanta, Georgia. One of the few cities in the world where you can experience all four weather changes in one day. You can wake up chilling, bone-chilling cold. By 11, it can be hot as the summer. By 5, it is fall. It just moves around. You don't know which clothes to put away, which to keep out. But we are glad to be here. The sun is out. It's a beautiful day. The chickens are crowing, or the roosters are crowing, excuse me, letting the chickens know to come on in now. You know what time it is. Come on in. That's what all that early morning yell is about. But good morning to you. Great week. We're going to talk about Peyton Manning coming up in the show. We also are going to talk about the NFL Combine. Jameis Winston getting baptized in the holy water. and a whole lot more coming up in the show. I'm here with Big Kenny and The Truth. As always, we'll be here from 9 a.m. to noon. We will be talking high school basketball. I went down to Macon to the Georgia High School Basketball Championships. Saw my former employer, Mr. Arthur Blank, sitting out in the crowd. It's just always interesting when you see that kind of impactful personality in our society. Home Depot started from the ground up, owns the Falcons, now the Atlanta United, if I can remember. Yeah, that's the name of the team. They start off next year. He was just sitting there, no bodyguards. I think his grandson plays for Pace. I couldn't find which player his grandson was. Pace Academy won the 2A championship. They have a player over there that's a junior. He's about 6'8", about 260, looks the part. He should have a bright NBA career coming up for him. But on my drive down, I just wanted, I've said this before, a little traffic road courtesy would be nice. You people that like to get over in the left lane and and you're going 70 and you just sit there like, well, I'm going the speed limit. Why are you in a rush? How many cars does it take to pass you before you realize maybe you need to move over? Maybe it's not me. Maybe it's you. And I just know whenever I go, I never, because when you're in the city, it's just bad traffic, period. But when you get out on the highway, all courtesy is gone. It doesn't even exist out there anymore. Trip from here to Macon, 3 hours with the traffic problems that this city has. I don't know what's going to go on. Most of you probably have come through Atlanta, #1 airport, so you have had a little taste. We're getting worse. Please, nobody else move here. Just let's stay with these many people. Any more cars, and I don't even know how you people that work in this area make it. Because 2 hours of that going and coming, that's a lot of hysteria to get home. Surprised domestic violence isn't up with all that going on. Who are you filming there, sir?
You.
Oh, okay. Don't talk off mic now, remember? That's the rule. Just nod your head or point your finger. Remember how the communication works. Don't need to hear you. Clarence Thomas. Hey. Y'all mad at Clarence because it took Clarence 10 years to speak and ask a question. He said he was just going by the evidence. He didn't need to hear any of that rhetoric that you were going to spit out of your mouth, Clarence Thomas. But we are here. We're having a great show for you today. Let's get into the show. Big Kenny, the funny man himself, is in the building, Chicago's finest. And are you claiming the SWATs or Decatur today? True. Which part of Atlanta are you claiming?
Stone Mountain.
The Stony Mountain. That last,
yeah, Stone Mountain.
Don't get out to Stone Mountain much. It's like I don't know anybody that lives in Stone Mountain.
Really?
I don't know anybody live out there for.
I'll have to pick.
If they do, I haven't been there since. Been 15 years. It's been a long time since I've been to Stone Mountain.
It's probably been that long for me too.
Big Kenny, good morning to you.
I ain't gonna say nothing till you start filming like the fan, cuz. He just over here filming, cuz. What, you trying to get some evidence? I ain't going back, cuz. I swear for God. What's going on, man?
Oh, not much, man. Good morning to you.
Good morning. I would just like to say to the people who are out there driving, you know, the reason that people drive in the left lane, in the passing lane, and they don't pass is because they, like you say, the courtesy is gone, and it's not really about your trip. It's not really about your trip. It's about me going where I got to go. And you know how it is in the Atlanta area. We have a mix of different people from everywhere, so everybody's driving like where they're from.
It's cultural.
So the New Yorkers are driving like they're trying to escape from a crime. The Floridians are driving like they're retired. The people from Kentucky are driving like they're on prescription drugs. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's just doing their own little thing, and it all meets up on the highway.
I really wish the police would come in and start implementing that slowpoke law. I mean,
well, I don't care. I don't care what the situation is. I've never really heard myself say, "I wish the police would step in." That's never been anything you will hear me say in any situation. Well, I really wish the police would get involved right now.
Step up, Mr. Officer.
Atlanta traffic is a place. Well, Atlanta, period. You have to pack patience.
Correct.
That's something the drivers here have an abundance of, and then with the weather, you know, you said it, 4 seasons in one day.
In one day.
By noon, you wondering what I'm gonna do with this ski jacket. You know? Damn, why did I choose this sweater this morning? Because now it's 72 degrees. So
speaking of driving, Google self-driving car out in California had an accident. First accident in the self-driving car. They have been testing them in the California area here for about a year and a half. My question to you two before we go to our first break is, how lazy are we going to get? Let's run this stuff down now. Let's run down.
Okay.
We don't want to walk, so we have come up with
automobile,
right. And not because the automobile is for long distance. We don't even want to walk short distance.
Oh, so yeah, we got the
we got the little foot pedal thing now. What is that?
The hoverboard.
The hoverboard, right? We don't want to exercise, so plastic surgery is at an all-time high. Yeah. Let's suck and tighten everything. Everybody's faces.
I kind of like the second part.
We don't cook, so we figured out the microwave. And I was at Jersey Mike's yesterday, and some zip car.
Where you don't have to pull a wallet out or anything like that.
Well, they were delivering the sandwich,
right?
And I kept thinking, wow, you just want to stay wherever you are. You don't ever want to move.
You just go onto the app, find out what you want, and it shows up at your door.
So we haven't gotten to, now we don't want to drive.
Well, I mean,
we've gotten all the way down to that we don't even want to. What are we doing with all that excess time?
That's what I want to know. I tell you what we're doing with all the excess time. The dude who programmed in the car is sitting up in the office like, my bad. I didn't even see that bus. I didn't even see the bus.
We should be light years away from where we are today with all this extra time that we seem to be trying to conserve.
Well, you know what we do with all that extra time? Internet porn. That's why all of these conveniences have been invented, is for us to be allowed to just watch porn incessantly.
Well, I'm working on my rap album.
You got your rap album coming
while watching internet porn. You know?
I just kept thinking, man, we cutting out everything. I understand that technology has helped us a lot, but we don't want to actually have to participate in any activity. So we don't want to walk. We don't. Oh man, I just don't.
Technology has made us very lazy. It's true.
And we're still falling behind in education. All this extra time, and we all falling behind.
But we got 200 million views for internet porn.
Let's tweet about it.
Let's follow the wave. Let's quit fighting it.
We'll be back. More of the Sports Joc Show right after this break.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
The Sports Joc Morning Show is now on YouTube's new live streaming. Visit us at thesportsjoc.com or watch directly from YouTube. Search The Sports JOC, Wayne Gandy.
Don't tell him, you ain't even hips. That's right. Rhythm is a dancer. I need a companion. Girl, I guess that must be you. Body like the summer, touch it like no other. Don't you tell them what we do. Don't tell them, you ain't even gotta tell them, don't tell them, you ain't even, don't tell them, you ain't even gotta tell them, don't tell them, you ain't even, don't tell them, you ain't even gotta tell them, don't tell them, you ain't even, don't tell them, you ain't even gotta tell them, don't tell them, I guess I ain't got no reason to linger around. I found a superwoman that could leap from the truck in a single bound. Mommy, I'm trying to bling you down, so niggas without shades on can't say it when I bring you round. She put her lips on the weed and pull it to work her tongue and make me come than a speeding bullet. Her love stronger than a locomotive, but only for the FABOLOUS. Sing to me, ma.
They can't play you, 'cause I'm seeing you with my super.
Got the F on my chest. What up?
Only human, but I'll be your super.
On the Sports Joc Show, where we highlight an exceptional athlete that has taken their game to the next level.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy, sitting here with Big Kenny and the Truth. We will be here till the noon hour. Somebody that is riding off into the sunset, the great Peyton Manning, ESPN. I know you don't like me to talk about you, but I am. Why are y'all sending Peyton off in such a morbid way? Everybody's sitting at the podium whispering, breaking news, Peyton Manning is retiring. It shouldn't be a jubilant time. 18 years in the NFL, most records, first ballot Hall of Famer. I didn't understand why it was so like morbid. Everybody's looked like death had came.
Yeah, it was like Peyton Manning's retiring. And in brighter news, Nancy Reagan passed away.
That's true.
It wasn't like that, and I was like, "Why are y'all speaking
you
in
feel
such
sorry for him? Like,
if you didn't see this happening,
well,
come on now.
Told us
he's 40. You knew. We talked about it on the show. Peyton probably is going to wait a couple of weeks, get his affairs in order, make sure he get all his contracts and his due, and not be a distraction. Because if he announces it, then it kind of takes away from that we won the Super Bowl.
Team
about the team. It stops being about a team, and we know he is, at least from our perspective, a team guy. And I don't know, nobody's ever came out and said he wasn't. He seems like he is one of those kind of personalities that love football. It's more than just a paycheck to him, and he's now retiring. I saw this coming. He doesn't have a lot of arm strength. He has just enough to throw to his son.
Yeah,
as long as his son is in Little League. Now, as soon as his son get to high school, he gonna have to come up. He's too far down there. So
he's 40 years old. He doesn't have a lot of arm strength, and his neck's held together with wood glue. Have we forgotten about the neck being held together with wood glue? Everybody seems to keep negating that fact. It's like 2 seasons ago, some people got some duct tape and some industrial strength wood glue, and they put his neck together, and they said, "Hey man, you got a little bit more left in you?" And he said,
Well, he went out on top, though. You're right.
Yeah,
that's the way to
he
go
did.
out. That's the way to leave the game.
Yeah, all I can
at your peak.
All I can do now is disturb what I've already made. I've made everything. I've made it to the end. I got allegations of sexual assault out of Tennessee, which he had already settled that case 15 years ago. That's why, if anybody's trying to figure out why that case is kind of blown over, the young lady, she settled with the University of Tennessee. I don't even think she was ever supposed to bring that back to light.
She wasn't. That was part of the agreement. She wasn't supposed to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but you know when they say they can keep a secret. No, I ain't gonna tell nobody. You sure you're not gonna tell? I ain't gonna tell nobody. Then somebody coming to you know what she told me.
And his timing too. I mean, he's Super Bowl quarterback. Let's bring up some dirt.
And Peyton Manning, we're gonna miss the Omaha. For you people that know, he in his years in Denver, he would use the word Omaha, which brought attention to the city of Omaha, Nebraska. They thought that's what it meant. Who knows what it actually meant. As a result,
there's a mass exodus from Omaha, Nebraska now. It's a ghost town.
And people always was asking me, what is he telling y'all to do with Omaha? And I'm like, I wasn't in their meeting. It's a meeting that goes on where we tell you what Omaha is this week. It might mean something. It might mean nothing.
10 years from now, we'll find out it meant Peyton was off his meds. It was some sort of schizophrenia. He would just start screaming Omaha.
Just a game for the audibles.
Right. Yeah, I can tell you a play, and it can be an audible that I use, but I have to call it all the time so you don't catch on when it's you. So I can come to the huddle, trips right, explode the trips right, blah, 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 dummy, call Omaha. I get up to the line. I'm just saying Omaha this time. I told you it was a dummy call. Don't listen to the Omaha. When I say it the next time, the same play, but Omaha is live. That's how it works. But I say it every time so that the defender does not know. Is he changing the play or is he not? It's just
a
part
distraction.
of it.
And I appreciate
it's a game within the game.
Yeah, I appreciate you giving us that explanation because it made it no more clear than it was for me prior to you saying that. So I'm still confused about the whole what the hell is going on the field. I just know I like it when they run fast and hit hard.
It's like chess.
And then when I bet on the team to win and I get my money, and that's the part about
and
the
then
game.
there's tailgating and beer.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot all about the beer. All about the beer.
Well, I know a lot of people think we just run out there and roll around, but there's actually no. It's actually a meeting.
I know y'all had a book, a playbook or something.
There's meetings about the meeting, about the next meeting.
And in the meeting, people are usually asking, "Hey, when do we get to the run out there and roll around part? Don't we get to run? I signed up for the run out and roll around.
That's just the defense.
What's all this with the books? What's
that's the
Omaha? This like geography?
Yeah, the offense is smart.
We're going trips, right?
Yeah,
we're going to explode the trips, though.
And what's a trip again?
Three receivers
when you
on one
pack
side.
your luggage. And
Three receivers on one side?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
What is it when it's two receivers on one side?
When you take a tab of acid and you start to see stuff and never really go anywhere.
A trip, a journey. Is there like another word for?
Yeah, I'm going to explode the trips, which means that we're going to be in one place, and then the quarterback is going to say something, and we're going to go to the formation. then we might go back somewhere. It's longer than it's a lot more than just what you.
Oh,
think.
we're gonna have to do a whole nother segment on just breaking it down.
And every game has its own lingo. Like a lot of times, I can say we gon' holler at the plug, and then we gon' meet at the spot, and then we gon' get the pack.
Oh, the players game.
Yeah,
That's
you know.
It's a lot of people because when you in college, because I always tell people, high school, college, it's practice. Pros, it becomes work. Because now I'm sitting in these meetings learning all this stuff for 5 hours. And college is real condensed because we ain't got like an hour to teach you this stuff. So it goes faster. Whereas in pros, you just hours after hours of learning this stuff.
I just thought it was just X's and O's, just.
No, they don't even. I don't even know if they put X's and O's up there anymore. with all this technology, y'all calling me old because I got a flip phone. They got all this technology now. They don't.
She's still using Roman numerals. Oh my goodness!
But it's a little more sophisticated than it looks, and that's why the guy in high school loves to have that conversation with you about what he would have done, and it's like. No, bro, we had 3 plays in high school, and right or left, that's all. It was right this or left that. It's not that way. So. And
you have to actually learn and study that book, the playbook.
Yeah, that playbook. Mm-hmm. They'll not lose that playbook either.
It's probably on an iPad now, though, right?
Probably so. Yeah. Probably so for a lot of them. They can have it. I used to have to get VCR tapes and stuff. And then
VCR tapes?
I'm quite sure they just sent it to their inbox.
Let's jump in our time machines and travel back to a time when there was the VCR tape. Right around the turn of the century. Wow. When Pizarro discovered the Incas, there was this invention called VCR tape.
Hey, I got my high school. They had them on reels. I called them and asked them for my high school footage. And they sent me some black and white reels.
Actually,
what did you play on?
Actually, his high school footage was hieroglyphics. They just painted the wall of the cave, and he was like, me block good here.
And it was so low quality, I couldn't even find myself. I was looking at it. I couldn't figure out who I was.
I think that's me.
He didn't know if he was the small, scrunched up line with the white shoes on.
Did you ever have an instance of anybody stealing any of the playbooks or guides or any of that?
No.
Really?
No. They collect that stuff. It is like the Holy Grail. It's like $5,000 too.
A fine?
Yes.
For losing the playbook?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Wow.
Don't lose your playbook. Better hold on to it.
Well, it depends on what you can get for selling it.
I'm saying, but when your playbook come with a $5,000 fine if you lose it, or a $10 million check if you learn it, I think I'm gonna go with the $10 million check. I got a bodyguard for the playbook.
But Peyton Manning riding off into the sunset. Great career. Thank you for playing and participating and showing us the way. And let's stop with the whole comparison. Get a man at least a week before it's like I'm retiring. Well, what do you think Peyton Manning matches up? Is he better than the man? It had to be. Can we get one day where we don't have to start comparing?
And let's celebrate
and just celebrate the man. And ESPN, pick up your tempo with
this. This is not an obituary.
I tell you how he match up against Cam Newton.
Yeah, we've seen that.
Yeah, we've already seen that. We ain't really got to go to that comparison.
We'll be back right after this. Can you ask an employee, are they gay or straight? That and much more coming up after the break.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
Follow the Sports Joc Wayne Gandy on Twitter at the Sports JOC and get instant notifications of what's coming up on the show. It's thesportsjoc.com.
Chaka Khan, let me rock it, Chaka Khan. Let me rock it, that's all I wanna do. Chaka Khan, let me rock it, Chaka Khan. Let me rock it, cause I feel for you. Chaka Khan, what you tell me what you wanna do? Do you feel for me the way I feel for you? Chaka Khan, let me tell you what I wanna do. I wanna love you, wanna hug you, wanna squeeze you too. And let me take it in my arms, let me fill you with my charm, Chaka. Cause you know that I'm the one to keep you warm, Chaka. I make it more than just a physical dream. I wanna rock you, baby, cause you make me wanna scream. Make me wanna scream, make me wanna scream. I feel for you. let me rock it, rock it.
Gianni Versace blue leather suit. My nails were done, my hair was fierce. I was riding in a Cooper's limousine. Don't you want to ride? I wasn't home feeling sleazy, so I went down to the speakeasy. As soon as my feet hit the door, I had all attention from the dance floor. Don't you know the men on the room, the men the same old
The Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy is taking it to the streets.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. The Sports Joc Show, where sports and entertainment intermingle. Right now, big sports topic for the week. Atlanta Falcons, who were already in the news after Brian Cox, the linebacker coach, shoved one of the Arizona Cardinals scouts up in Indianapolis at the NFL Scouting Combine last week. This week, one of the NFL coaches for the Atlanta Falcons asked a player from Ohio State, Eli Apple, did he like men during an interview. This is what Apple told on a radio show up in Philly after he had left the Combine, that one of the coaches had asked him that. He went on at least to say that the coach, after asking him, said that this is how it is to be in Atlanta, that people and stories like this can float around, but it still made news for asking the gentleman, was he or did he like men? Big Kenny, truth, should an employer, I guess is what we would call it, be able to ask you this question?
No, it's not relevant at all to your ability to do whatever it is, whether it's in business or in sports. So no, they shouldn't be able to ask. And I think it's a violation of some law. For companies, for companies of certain sizes, there are just certain interview questions you can't ask. Like you can't ask age, can't ask if you have children. There are certain things that you just cannot ask in an interview process, and I think that just transfers over to the NFL as well.
Well, Big Kenny, now in the NFL, I can tell you is nothing they don't research. You're talking about a company or an organization that measures how far your thumb is from your pinky. So you walk up to the board, they put the ruler down, and they measure from thumb to pinky. I mean, this is how extensive their evaluation process.
Well, that has to do with your ability to play. I mean, that's physical.
Okay, Big Kenny.
Well, how did he ask the question? Do you like men, or did he ask him like, do you like men? Was it a suggestion? Was he trying to get to know him better? I think that in some industries, professional sports, the military, in particular, those types of environments, there is still a prevalent atmosphere of homophobia. Because that those disciplines on its face value are requiring a man to be what we would consider a real man's man. So a lot of them have feelings about being around someone that they may think finds them attractive.
But the coach followed up with that question, says, if you're going to be coming to Atlanta, sometimes that's how it is around here. So
was there any speculation? I mean, why did he ask him? Did he ask everybody? Why did he ask this particular player? Is what I want to know.
That's why he said because you're coming to Atlanta. You're going to have to get used to having that.
Was that the only person the Atlanta coach interviewed? Is my question.
No. He would have interviewed a lot of players.
Right. So why aren't any of the other players saying anything about this? Is this a common question? Were you asked this?
Because they want to come to Atlanta.
At my time in the combine, no, I was not asked this. But they do ask you a whole bunch of, do you see yourself as a cat or a dog? They're trying to get a mental workout
on how you're going to react.
How you perceive and react to things. So it's a 30, 45-hour process based on where they think you might go in the draft of you visiting with a team. It's usually 3 or 4 coaches in there possibly, and they ask you some odd questions that
Do you
never
see
thought
yourself
about.
as a cat or a dog? I see myself as a lion. Put them up.
Well, how do you respond to questions?
I'll play offensive lion. I'll play defensive lion. Put them up.
It's psychological. And how you respond to questions really dictates. Like if you respond in a humorous way, then you're the jokester. I mean, that's just it is what it is. But some people can be offended.
And then what if I get creepy as hell? Well, sometimes I see myself as a dog because I be scratching places that I shouldn't.
And then you fail the psychological.
And everybody go, whoa,
you're not going to be hired.
I see myself as a cat because I can lick places up. What is he saying?
Let's see what we sent Heavy T out to get a couple of comments on this question. Let's see what he brought back.
No employer should not be able to ask about a person's sexual orientation because private lives and work lives are supposed to remain separate. So why would a sexual orientation be any different than any other personal matter? People are people regardless of how they feel, how they think, what they believe.
Sound like he's confronted this issue before. No, they should not be able to ask.
That's Heavy T roommate.
Hey,
The NFL has said that it's a violation as well.
Well, I mean, it's a violation, as you said. When I worked in the private sector, I worked hiring people, and we were given classes. You can't ask about marital status. You can't ask about sexual preference. You can't ask about age, children. You can't ask health questions. Have you ever, so do you exercise? Do you smoke? I can't ask those because those are grounds for discrimination. So by law, but that's what I'm saying. Is the NFL considered a regular corporation?
I don't think they are. I think that for what they are. And I think the Michael Sam thing has a lot to do with this. Because when I don't think they should be able to ask this question. I do see where it can get to that point based on today I can learn something about you and be prepared if I draft you for something that might happen tomorrow. Meaning that when you go different than other jobs, you work at Pepsi or Coke, people finding out you are homosexual or you announcing it doesn't go any further than your cubicle. But in the world of professional sports, it brings my whole organization out in the news. And we start being like Jason Collins when he came out. Nobody's watching the Nets game. Next thing you know, Nets getting a primetime game. Now we have all these more reporters because for some reason in the sports world, it is a big deal.
You don't think it matters in other industries like at Coke? We got a new flavor coming out and it's fabulous, honey. And everybody's like, whoa, he's different today. But the GM of the Golden State Warriors, I just saw a report, is an openly gay male.
Yes.
And he used to work with Commissioner David Stern when David Stern was the commissioner. And he said that everyone sort of knew it wasn't anything that he openly just stated, but everybody was implied. So, and he's saying now the culture is changing because he goes to the games with Bay on his shoulder, and they, do the man.
Bay?
Yeah, his man crush.
Oh,
yeah. That's what traditional couples call each other. So, yeah, I was just trying to give them the same respect of having an annoying name for their significant other.
Bay is annoying.
So that's the only reason with sports is always just thinking that if you decide to take this to and announce it, then we have something that we have to start helping you address. It's not just you outing yourself. It is you bringing us to the forefront. We start being scrutinized and we know to enforce a little more with our players. They understand where you are so they can be more respectful of you too, because if I don't know, just like any man, all men like to sit here and try to act like they say the political correct conversation every time, and that's not true.
Hey,
all of us sit in the car and say something that if you heard it, even though we don't mean it that way, man, you saw his old.
Does it matter by position? Like if the quarterback was gay, you might not matter. But if the linebacker is gay, you might be a little more nervous for him to, hey, you had a good game today. What? Yeah, I just want to thank you for all that you do for this team.
You guys remember during the combine when Dez Bryant was asked if his mom was a prostitute? Remember that story? That was a violation.
And he was like, sometime.
I mean, but the questions that come out of that, it's just crazy.
But as I'm saying, there's more questions that are asked that don't happen in regular corporate life.
And does that apply again? Does it hit the recruiting reports? Is this information?
No, it's usually
just combine.
If a coach asked me this, that it went in one ear and went out the other.
Do you see yourself as a fairy or a wood?
Where this guy felt like he needed to go tell people, I have no clue. But we're gonna
what does that say about him?
I might not want him on my team. We'll be back. More of the Sports Joc Show right after this.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
The Sports Joc Morning Show is now streaming live on YouTube. Catch us live or play us back on demand at thesportsjoc.com.
We can begin, but our Saturday love will never end. Sugar, sugar, sugar.
sugar, sugar, sugar.
It's been a long time. I never think I was gonna see you again. See, you haven't changed. It's good to see you anyway.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Love Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Love Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Love Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
When I think about you, my feelings can't explain why after all this time my heart still feels pain. When I look at you, memories of love like no one before. You stay on my mind. Oh, it's so special. Made for each other. You will stay on my mind. For always and forever. You will be my Saturday love.
Friday, Saturday. Love Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Love Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Can't keep my hands to myself. Hands to myself. Can't keep my hands to myself. Hands to myself. Can't keep my hands to myself. No matter how hard I'm trying to, I want you all to myself. You're metaphorical gin and juice. So come on, give me a taste of what it's like to be next to you. Won't let one drop go to waste. You're metaphorical gin and juice. All of the downs and the uppers keep making love to each other. And I'm trying. All of the downs and the uppers keep making love to each other. And I'm trying. Can't keep my hands to myself.
Center Court. On sports, news, gossip, blah, 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 blah.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. 1-888-926-7562. We will be here until the noon hour. If you out there, give me a call and tell me if I drink half of 5 Hour Energy. Do I get 2.5 hours later? We're having a big debate about that. I think that if I only drink half, then that's half of the energy. But our producers say that's not how it works.
That's not how any of it works.
How do they know?
I'm just saying, Big Kenny.
How do they know? I mean, they're radio producers.
If you snort half an ounce of Coke, isn't that half the effect?
Of an ounce?
Of an ounce.
Well, that's an OD, right? You're dying.
Yes. yes, it is, Sports Joc. Don't ask me how I know, but yeah, it's mathematical.
They should put a line on the bottle, like they do with cough syrup.
It makes mathematical sense if you take half of anything, it's only half of anything. So if you have 10 and you take half, how many is that?
5.
Okay, so if you have 5 and you take half, how many is that?
2.5.
Exactly. So it makes perfect sense that you'll have 2.5 hours of energy precisely. Now, well, actually, average, because you may go 2 hours, 35 minutes. Yeah, it might be 2 hours, 15 minutes, but it's going to be in that window.
Minnesota coach Richard Pitino, he's the son of Rick Pitino, suspended 3 of his players, Kevin Dorsey, Nate Mason, Dupree, McBrary, for the remainder of the season. It is stemming from a sexually explicit video that appeared on Dorsey's social media account. I tried to look it up, but
I bet you did.
They didn't have it up. So I was going to put my geniuses over there who know how to hack.
If any of you have a copy of it,
I'm figuring if they all got suspended for the year, maybe all three of them was in it. I don't know how if it's on somebody else's, unless I'm in it, right? Or I filmed it.
No.
Right?
Somebody else could
Oh,
have
unless
it.
you was getting a shout out. Hey,
You could have
Sports Joc, you up next.
But they have been suspended. I'm hoping some other info comes out about what went down, but they are off the Minnesota team for the rest of the year.
Now, is this the Golden Gophers or the Timberwolves?
The Gophers.
Okay.
In Minnesota, the college.
Love that name.
Richard Pitino is the coach. Down at Florida International University, Destiny Fegan outed her head women's basketball coach, Marlon Chin. She claims that Coach Chin gave her $600, and after giving her the $600, started alluding to she can pay him back. You know, you can pay me back. Yeah, you're going to pay me back.
With interest.
You're going to pay me back, though. You know, and it wasn't running no extra laps on the gym court. So
okay.
She
there are other methods of repayment.
Yeah, and when she didn't want to pay up, she's saying her 4-game suspension stemmed from that. They have now suspended Coach Chin until the case is being proven. I don't know how that works, how they would ever prove any part of this.
His word against her
it's his word against her word.
Hey, you remember that $600 I gave you? you really don't have to worry about giving the money back, but it's a way that you could give it back without really giving it back.
But I'm quite sure. I'm just thinking, Coach. I know he gave it to her in cash. So if it was given that way, how does she actually prove this case?
Isn't that against NCAA rules?
Yes, that's
so. Even if they don't have a sexual assault case, they at least got a violation of rules.
Well, is the receiving or the giving a violation?
Both in this case.
So she's equally in deep doo-doo.
Yes.
Good.
So she would be having to be suspended for receiving money, just like him for giving it.
I
like the equality
ultimately,
of it all.
this is all about giving and receiving.
Yeah, it's all about give and take.
Yeah, all about giving and receiving.
Reciprocity.
Right.
So that is Florida International. Shout out to Miller Grove. I went down to Macon. Coach Sherman White won his state championship again. 5A Miller Grove High School beat Altoona down in Macon Coliseum.
What's that? 6 in a row?
6 in the past 7 years. He's won the state championship.
Very good.
We've had Coach White on the show before a couple of times. Southwest DeKalb beating Winder Barrow as well for the girls 5A championship. Winder, Barrow. That's their 5th state championship in 9 years. And as I said earlier, Mr. Blank, the owner, who has been diagnosed with prostate cancer, was in attendance as his Pace Academy team beat Manchester. Wendell Carter Jr. Remember that name now. He's
Wendell Carter Jr.
He's a sophomore center, about 6'8", 6'9", about 260. 30 points, 20 rebounds, 4 blocks for Pace.
Wow.
Basically, don't come in the paint because I'm throwing it out of here.
Because he owns that.
Wendell Carter Jr. that's an NBA name right there. And another 12 blocks by Wendell Carter Jr.
He looks the part now. He looks like he's raw, but he is a big, muscular, tall. He played the whole game, so he's in shape, and he dominated the game. Pace winning their first.
I wonder if he's on scholarship at Pace.
I'm quite sure, he is.
That tuition is
when
high.
When the man that owned Home Depot was the sports sponsor.
Yeah, they let Wendell Carter Jr. play.
You know, they have a whole school named after him. I think last year it opened. They raised a bunch of millions of dollars, and now it's the Arthur Blank Upper School at Pace Academy.
Oh, okay.
Wow. That's what money does.
That's what it does.
$35 million.
Well,
the upper schoolers, as opposed to the just regular $800,000 a semester school.
Yeah.
We were talking about Peyton Manning earlier, and here in our city, the shooting of the Papa John's. It's hard not to think of Peyton when you hear Papa John's now, because that is a franchise that he owns a lot of. Driver was 28 years old, delivering the pizza. The people that ordered it shot and killed him. I think one of them was 14. I don't know how much money the pizza delivery man has on him from Papa John's.
$30.
Yeah, I don't know that, but that's a senseless way to take a life. One of the kids was 14, Reginald Lofton, 14, Jermaine Young, 21. So basically 3 lives lost in one night.
Gone.
What is the relationship between the two alleged assailants?
What were the two?
How do they know each other? 21 and 14.
It's a big age difference.
It is a big age difference, not to mention the big difference in mentality and maturity. I can't imagine
why were they together?
Right. Why was a legal adult around a 14-year-old helping him plot a crime?
I don't know.
They didn't report that? They were relatives, so maybe they lived in the same area. But it's Shane Vanderdoor is his name. That was shot. Just wanted to say that because when I thought of Papa John's, I think of Peyton Manning, and I kept thinking, man, it's dangerous to be a pizza delivery man.
Well, I think it's interesting that these kinds of crimes are still being committed because just yesterday, I ordered pizza, and all I had to do was call once, and when I called back to that place without any exchange of information, they already have my address. Mm-hmm. So I place my order, and they go, is it for, and I say, yeah, it is, and they bring it right. So whoever's calling, you don't think they're going to trace it back to you? I mean, you were the last person he was coming to see, and he ended up dead. Let's talk to that person first. And, it just seems senseless on so many levels.
Very, very loss of life over pizza or whatever little pocket money the pizza delivery man would have had. Tennessee defensive lineman Alex Johnson pleaded not guilty to aggravated assault and false imprisonment. Johnson says that him and his girlfriend were play fighting. And
I could have told him that one wasn't going to work.
Play fighting on Valentine's night. That escalated into him placing his hands around her throat 2 or 3 times. That they were just playing around.
That was that bondage. They into the freaky stuff.
Women sometimes like to fight. They like to show you how they've been working out and stuff, right? Is it?
Yeah.
They don't like to show you.
It started off as a little slap boxing, and then you start wrestling a little bit. Then the next thing you know, you wearing a Trojan soldier uniform, and she tied up, and you got some baby oil, and.
That's your video.
Y'all Valentine's Day didn't go like that?
No.
You said a Trojan costume.
And I don't think he meant prophylactic.
I mean the actual sword with the helmet and the,
I'm thinking
the chest
you had
plate.
a condom on your head.
Do y'all think that Alex is going to get off? He says that they were play fighting.
What does she say?
Did she sustain any injuries? What's the extent?
Well, she had the little, he's a defensive lineman, so in the play fight, you can get marked up. We all used to slap box and play around.
Ray Rice said they was play fighting too. Get up, baby. We was just playing. Tell him we were playing.
He is 6'4", 295 pounds.
Wake up,
baby.
He play fighting. So now he can't play fight.
Not with her.
And here she is in a body cast. We were just play fighting. We were just playing around, and
maybe with his teammates.
So let's make sure before we go to break.
Okay.
But Kenny, you ever had a play fight with a young lady?
Yeah, okay. we play fight.
Truth, you ever had a play fight? Like play fight?
No, And I gotta say, she also said that she didn't want to have sex with him, and he kept insisting. So this is more than just play fighting.
Or as we call it, play fighting.
It was Valentine's night. We were play fighting.
It just happened to be February 14th. The 16th is rape.
You know,
on the 15th,
it was all good when we was having shrimp and lobster. But then I want to get home and play fight, and all of a sudden you got a headache.
So you gonna pay me?
Right.
I can't wait to hear the ruling on this. But good luck there, Alex Johnson. We'll be back. More of the Sports Joc Show right after this.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
Did you get the Sports Joc wake-up call this morning? Sign up for a personalized call and show reminders at thesportsjoc.com.
And we hold the world ransom for Wayne Gandy. Excuse me while I whip this out. Show me.
Broadcasting live from the Armada FM studios in Atlanta, Georgia. This is the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
You may fill me up, yeah. Can you fill me up, yeah? You won't break me down. I've come too far, yeah. I've come too far, yeah. To just throw in the towel. It's a new day, I'ma do it. Yeah, I'm gonna go all the way. You may build me up.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. We are an hour into the show. We will be here till the noon hour. Coming up in this hour, former Falcon. Feels strange saying that. Former Falcon wide receiver Roddy White coming up in this hour. Check in with him. I heard the news about Roddy, and I was sitting there, and you know, I kind of saw this coming. One thing I always tell people, when you're in double-digit years and you get a new head coach, you're on the gotta-go list. New coaches want to try to get their people in. They start looking at salaries and things like that, and they try to figure out how they can clear up enough money and get the guys that they really want in. Roddy, who has made it through 4 coaches, is now on his way out, but we would talk to him about that. I was feeling sorry for like 2 minutes. I texted him, and he said he was in Ibiza, and I was like, "Oh, all right, you good then? You good? If that's where you at, might as well go ahead on and stay there then. Don't even worry about coming back." But he said he was coming back, and we will speak to him a little later. The Falcons' all-time leading receiver in most categories. I'm quite sure our man Julio, on the pace he's in, will definitely challenge Roddy for all those records, but it'd be good to talk to him. I did get a text from one of my friends, producers. Any one of you ever heard of the dark web? Is that an actual thing? Does that actually exist, the dark web? Okay, because he said he found the Minnesota Gophers video. Gotta love the dark web. LOL. I don't know why dark web and LOL go together, though. These kids should be kicked off the team. That's what he said. So anybody know how to hack the dark web? Do you have to hack it? Know a code? How do you get to the dark web?
You got to have a plug.
Oh, you got to be in. Oh, okay. So you have to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody to get that dark web. I don't know anybody then. I just got a text. That's all I got. Oh, he knows. He got a code.
No,
Wait.
link.
Oh, it's a link.
No, I'm saying he didn't say
What can you get on the dark web? Is that where human trafficking happens? On the dark web?
Let's call your connect.
Oh. No, I ain't gonna let y'all use my connect. Y'all got to buy it from me. Y'all gonna want to cut it. I always like that song. You got to cut it. Why would I want to cut it? Right? Frank Lucas said, "Don't cut it." It's blue magic. No?
He said
Y'all don't.
price. not got the purity.
Oh, but we are here. The truth, Big Kenny. Y'all already have said y'all was looking for the dark web. I see you over there pushing buttons.
Yeah, I was trying to Google it, but then I realized that whoever is texting you probably already knows, and so can we use him for our research?
Yeah, we'll see what we can find from him.
Yeah.
We'll find. Speaking of finding, NFL player Earl Wolff said he was kidnapped at gunpoint in Fayetteville, North Carolina. He is playing for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He had went missing for a couple of days. They returned him unharmed. Big Kenny, truth, you think this is there's no evidence. Nobody can say that they don't know whether he was kidnapped or not. He's just back.
Sounds like bath salts.
Right.
Bobby Deshaun Bailey, 21 years old, was arrested and charged with kidnapping. So they have.
They have found somebody now. Okay.
So 21-year-old male is, but he was supposedly in North Carolina visiting with friends and family, and I'm guessing the story is that someone held him at gunpoint and forced him into his Range Rover and drove away with him. And so I'm guessing that that person is this Bobby Deshaun Bailey, and he has been arrested and charged with kidnapping now.
Does it say why they kidnapped
Earl
him?
Wolff was released unharmed. I don't believe there was ever a ransom demand made.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was.
We shall see.
Around the kidnapping happened around 3 a.m. 2011 Range Rover gunpoint. Earl Wolff has been on the practice squad for Jacksonville for the last couple of years. He's a defensive back. We will have to see how this turns out.
Now the dude that they have in the photo, based on his photo
with ATM under his eye,
he did it.
Yes,
he did.
If you could see him,
I see it right here.
He did that.
He has a star on one cheek. I'm quite sure that means something. He got some tattooed tears, and then he has a. Is that ATM
under his right eye?
Oh, okay, ATM, and then he flashing me with the 4 goals at the top,
and look like about the 5 at the bottom.
So
next to that cavity,
Bobby Bailey seems like he will be going. Just don't really hear a lot about kidnapping anymore. And that's an old school crime.
Or third world country.
Well,
I mean, you go to Colombia or someplace like that.
Well,
you don't really get kidnapped. You might get.
Bobby Bailey wanted to come up. He see that's a crime of opportunity by a criminal that's only used to doing petty crimes because he didn't have anybody he could give the Range Rover to. You know what I'm saying? There was no way he could have taken the Range Rover and just drove it off and took it to the chop shop. He didn't know anybody to instantly pawn some expensive jewelry because I'm sure the dude probably had some of that. Or,
Right. Well, he's a practice squad player, so I don't know. I don't even know how he afforded a Range Rover.
This is why having a plan is important, Bobby Bailey.
Right, right.
You had no
not
plan.
that we condone kidnapping,
but a plan.
But you could have did better than that. Yeah,
because if he's on the practice squad, Earl Wolf, that means he's making about $70,000.
What a Range Rover costs.
So I don't know what you thought you were going to get. Maybe you should have checked the book.
A car.
And only in the NFL could $70,000 for practicing sound embarrassing. You know what I mean? He's only making $70,000 to practice.
Well, if he's making 70, he owns a Range Rover.
Yeah,
and he's paying rent. He doesn't have a lot left when the month is up.
He has also had to have a part-time job. Yeah.
So kidnapping, old crime, more of a 60s, 70s thing. People haven't really done the kidnapping crime much.
Look, I got your kid, see? And you're going to give me the money, and you're going to give it to me now. Don't start anything, or your kid gets it, see?
Real quickly, Big Kenny, I have some disturbing news about your city, speaking of crime.
Oh.
Chicago.
Okay.
Murder, twice as high as it was at this time last year already. What's going on in Chicago? Well, what's the problem? Y'all up to 98 homicides in 2 months.
And as heartbreaking as it is, I honestly feel like every time the murder rate in Chicago escalates that much, these murders can probably be attributed to 2 or 3 groups of people that are carrying on an ongoing gang or drug war. I would imagine that some of the killings of the younger children are probably gang related. These guys are trying to prove themselves so they can access the higher echelons of the drug trade, because there's a lot of drug money in Chicago right now, and people are fighting over territory for that, for the right to make those proceeds. And
third largest city.
Third largest city. It's one of the number one drug hubs for the country. A lot of the cartels have a stronghold there because it's the Midwest, and from there they transport drugs a lot of different places. So it's not just a street level issue. There are cartel members and enforcers, and then they hire out the gangs who also just escalate the violence in an effort to control all of that money.
And I know you're not maybe the expert on this, but what are the drugs of choice nowadays that people are?
Heroin is really big. It's making a comeback because there used to be
maybe
a time,
you are the expert. You just
expert.
He just
well, you know, the thing used to be narcotics like pills, and then they started cracking down on the pill mills, and people with opiate addictions are now turning to heroin because you can get a bag of heroin for $10, and it's depending on where you're getting it from, the purity is as good as prescription pills. So
is crack still relevant?
Yeah, it still has its market. I mean, it's not trending right now.
January, February in 2015, only 48 homicides. January, February in 2016, already 95. We'll be back.
And only 48 sounds.
We'll be back with more of the Sports Joc Show right after this.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
Don't miss NFL's Roddy White coming up on the Sports JOC. Tweet your questions now at thesportsjoc.com.
Got me singing like got me singing like my eyeballs back up replay. Na 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 na, na na na, got me singing like na 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 na, na 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 na, play. Na 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 na, na na na, got me singing like na 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 na, my eyeballs back up replay. Remember the first time we met, you was at the mall with your friend. I was scared to approach you, but then you came closer, hoping you would give me a chance. Who would have ever knew that we would ever be more than friends? But railroad white, breaking all the rules. She like a song played again and again. That girl, like something of a poster. That girl is a gun, they say. That girl is a gun to my holster. and she's running through my mind all day. Hey, Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep on. Got me singing like na 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 every day's like my eyeballs like a replay. Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep on. Got me singing like na 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 every day's like my eyeballs like a replay. See you being on the front of the globe. Now once did you leave my mind? We talk on the phone from night till the morning. Girl, it really changed my life. Doing things I never do. I'm in the kitchen cooking things she likes. We're railroad white, breaking all the rules. Someday I wanna make you my wife. That girl, like something off a poster. That girl is a gun, they say. That girl is a gun to my holster, and she's running through my mind all day. Hey, Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep on. Got me singing like na 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 every day's like my eyeballs like a replay. Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep on. Got me singing like na 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 every day's like my eyeballs like a replay. Got me singing like got me singing like my eyeballs like a replay. Na 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 na, na na na, got me singing like na 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 na, na na.
Players Lounge. You have been given full access to the Players Lounge on the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. As we left, we were talking about the homicide rate being up in Chicago. 95 so far this year, 48 last year this time. Also, twice as many shootings, 406 shootings in Chicago in 2 months, only 180 last year. So you might want to wear your vest when you go to the shot. Don't just be up there playing around, get lost somewhere. 406 shootings. That's ain't been but 60 days, Big Kenny.
You mean your bulletproof vest, not like the 3
406 shootings, and we ain't talking about the Bulls. You know what I mean?
Here in Atlanta, one of our favorite players and a good friend of mine for Atlanta Falcons, or formerly with the Atlanta Falcons, their all-time great receiver, a man that I feel like the city has never given enough due for his impact on the field. We all keep forgetting before there was Julio Jones, there was Roddy White getting the ball in the end zone. Has now been let loose, and I'm here to take up for him today. So I'm going to be biased, just so y'all know. Yeah, I'm going to be real biased.
Unlike last week.
Right.
Good morning to you, Roddy. Is Roddy there? He's there.
He heard you were going to take up for him.
With your message, press 1.
We're leaving him.
No, that's not him. We're leaving him a voicemail. Don't tell me you called and heard the voicemail and thought that was him.
That's all right. Well, if you guys are listening out there, go ahead and tweet us your questions you may have for Roddy when we get him back on the line.
Roddy White going into his 11th season last year.
An institution.
Really came under scrutiny for his production. And I kept telling people, watch the game and you'll see it's hard to catch balls if the ball isn't thrown to you. Like, you have to actually get the ball thrown to you. In most games, Roddy may get 2, maybe 3 attempts to catch the ball. And even in those 2 or 3, Big Kenny Truth, you would see they were usually on like a quick snap where the whole play must have been designed to get him the ball. But when the other side of the ball, Julio, who is a younger player, who still has more burst now than Roddy would. Roddy's 34, Julio's about 26. They just gave Julio a big deal. And when you watch Roddy play, Julio led the league in catches. There's a reason why. They were throwing him the ball all the time. I thought that for what Roddy is due to make in 2016, that it was an unfair. I don't know who you're putting in there, because even the guy you would go get to be your second receiver probably is going to cost you more than that.
And what number are we talking? How much is that?
It's like 2.5, 2.7. Your second receiver makes about 3.2 now. So Roddy's under the contract. I thought it was a good deal. But as you saw, Kyle Shanahan, who's the new offensive coordinator, phased Roddy out in a sense. There was
early on in the season.
Early on in the season, he seemed to be wanting to throw the ball to everybody except Roddy. And a lot of plays, it looked like Roddy was the decoy to the play. So hopefully we can get him back on, and I can ask him about his. One thing I didn't know about him was his wrestling move. I did know he was a state champion in wrestling, but his pinning move that he would put on people, which won him 2 state titles. But moving on from there, Bart Starr, the 82-year-old Hall of Famer, his wife Cherry came out last week. Bart, as you know, he's 82, so it ain't just the football. Has been dealing with a lot of health issues. His wife came out and talked about the times when he was being hazed at Alabama, about the brutality of the hazing process for a player to join what they call the A Club. There was times, I guess it was in the same way that maybe fraternities and sororities went about their business, where the players had to do certain things. It seemed back then football was kind of a little more segregated, because even if you were a freshman, you wasn't even allowed to play on the varsity. That's where the whole JV came. You were there, you would play other freshman teams. A lot of people never really realized that. It's like 3-on-3 basketball back in the 60s. He's on there now. Roddy, you there?
You are satisfied with your...
Yeah, he's not there.
This man over here. But Bart Starr, just check it out. His wife talked about some of the, when he would come, I guess they were college sweethearts, from the swelling of his butt and sicknesses and things like that. And I didn't know that football teams had those little private, but Alabama, that he might have been trying to join something back when Bart was trying to play in the 50s.
He was joining the Klan, man. That's what they was doing.
They said it was.
Thank you for saying it for me.
He was joining a secret society. Look, now we gonna keep these Negroes off of the Alabama football team, but to make sure you's one of us, you's got to go through initiation into the what do they call them? The Knights.
The Knights not the Knights Templar.
No, the Imperial Knights.
Yeah, something like that. The Grand Master and Grand Wizard.
Grandmaster Furious
So
Five.
but this is his wife talking about it. Is it hearsay because she's saying it, or has he spoken up?
Well, he can't speak anymore.
And why is it relevant?
He's had a couple of strokes.
Yeah, he has a couple of strokes now.
And why is it relevant now?
They didn't put down what was the. People get old. They start wanting to confess their sin.
I remember.
Hey,
boy.
boy.
In Tuscaloosa, they used to haze my husband and his butt would be sore, but they hung this young black gentleman that lived next door to him.
You never know what your mom might tell you on her deathbed.
Yeah, I mean, like Bart Starr.
I'm sorry, that is not your daddy. I know you're 60, but that's not your daddy. Your daddy was...
I knew that, Mama, by the way he said to me one day, hey, I'm not your daddy.
But she's come on record and she said the initiation ritual was brutal. Was the word. So just hazing back in the day.
Didn't he go on to win like the first Super Bowl or the first 3 Super Bowls?
Yeah, he went on to have a great career.
Yeah, so it helped.
It helped a little bit to make him tough.
A little bit.
But that is Bart Starr. Hopefully we get Roddy up the next segment. Other NFL news.
Because our producers are having such a difficult time using the telephone.
Other NFL news. The Bills released Mario Williams, their defensive end. Kirk Cousins got franchised by the Redskins. The Eagles gave Sam Bradford some more money. I'm confused.
Why?
I'm confused about
and
that.
And Roddy White got cut. Where's the justice, NFL?
What in the hell's really going on?
Where is the sense in this?
Oh man!
What's gonna happen to RG3 now?
Nothing.
He won't be.
I think
RG can can come out. I think he has enough talent. He just got to.
Yeah, with that headband on, he need to go and come out.
Yeah, he might just need a fresh start. I think some of these young quarterbacks walked into the situations they didn't realize how big of a platform they were going to be on stage, as they say. Because Washington, whether you look at the record or not, I always tell people, Washington is one of those old institutions that their fans are diehard. Winning or losing, it's going to always be the Washington Redskins. That's why Daniel Snyder is like, no, we the Redskins. They really, as much as you might think Dallas think they are the Cowboys, the Redskins see themselves as one of those.
They are that franchise.
They're the franchise. So they have a great fan base. They're one of the recognizable names and teams in the NFL or in sports, period. So appeals court judge is saying that he might reinstate Tom Brady's 4-game suspension for the deflate gate, so watch out for that.
Why? Why? Why do I have to watch out? Why do they want to reinstate it? Why?
The NFL actually, once Tom won the case, kept pursuing. So it's really still on the NFL. They still brought this back to the courts.
You think it's being pushed by the public? Or is it really the NFL saying we really should do something? Are they self-policing themselves?
I think they're self-policing. I think most of the public is like the two of you that just look like, why are we still talking about?
Do you think the prosecutor for the NFL is on some? I was betting on the other team and Brady cost me a lot of money, so I'm gonna get him.
So it's just vindication,
right?
Yeah, I think that Tom's sense of quiet ego, because when you get
on your nerves,
he has this quiet ego about him that I don't have to talk. Look at the winning. I don't have to talk to you. We talked about Peyton Manning. Tom Brady would sell anything. All marketing companies would be trying it, but he doesn't. When you look at it and think about his career, you don't see him on the commercials. He's not really on anything.
Except the football field.
Yeah, on the field. Yeah. He has an Uggs. You might see him in a movie. What was the movie with the teddy bear?
Ted.
Oh, no, I said it right out of my mouth. Teddy bear.
What was the movie about the crocodile with the crocodile? What was the movie about the shark with the big jaws?
So why the NFL kept this going, I would have thought they would have just quietly.
And now this isn't taxpayer money that they're spending on it, is this?
The NFL?
Yeah.
No, this is their whole witch hunt themselves.
Right.
So that's the only probably good thing about it. It's not on the public's dime.
I think I'm slightly annoyed
but they're still clogging up the courts.
Yeah.
Yes.
With this.
And our airwaves.
Right.
Yes. So we all in agreement this needs to just go away.
Yeah, boo NFL.
You didn't get him, let it go.
That's right.
Yeah. It's like they can't take the loss. You lost. You didn't have the right evidence, and the judge didn't see it the way you wanted to see it.
They hate it when they try and prosecute and lose. They sure do. Every time you go free, they be like, we gonna get him.
They feel like they have a point to prove now.
And our man Terrell Suggs was arrested for driving incident. We'll talk about that when we come back from break. T-Sizzle is what he calls
Is that his name?
T-Sizzle. We'll be back right after this with some T-Sizzle.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
The Sports Joc Morning Show is now on YouTube's new live streaming. Visit us at thesportsjoc.com or watch directly from YouTube. Search for The Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy.
Now let's take it back to the beat. Now let's take it back to the beat. Get you on from good looking. Hey, going out so hot, just like an oven. And I burn myself, I just had to touch it.
been given full access to the Players Lounge on the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. No, it's not deja vu. I know you're sitting there like, man, did they just play back the same segment? This time, they say, now let me make sure I protect myself. They say we have him on the line. What they say. So I'm going to call his name once again, and maybe. So don't hold me to this. But I think we have the all-time leading receiver for the Atlanta Falcons, who was released last week, good friend of mine, Mr. Roddy White, on the line. Let's cross our fingers. Good morning to you, Roddy.
Good morning, man.
He on the line. He is there.
We had Randy Wells. We had Robbie Washington. we had everybody but you. But we finally got you, brother.
We finally got our man. Good morning to you, man. How you doing?
Good morning, man. I'm doing good, man.
Good morning.
I'm relaxing. I'm chilling.
Oh, okay. You ex Falcons now. How does that feel to you?
I mean, it was time for a change. You know, they want to go in a different direction, and you know they called me and told me they was going in a different direction, and you know I respected their decision, and you know it's time for me to move forward.
I heard that. Super Bowl somewhere, go chase it. But I say Kyle Shanahan, and you say...
Oh, man.
Oh, you can't say what you want to say. I
yes, he can.
Yeah, he actually could.
You can say it.
We say stuff like that all the time on this show.
We'll censor it out. Go ahead.
Oh, man. I really don't have a word for that right now. You know?
Okay. Too early in the morning for that, is what you said.
Yeah. It's a little bit too early for that.
But me and you talked about the offense and just more of how people didn't really notice how you weren't even getting opportunities to do your job.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't have a chance to really get an opportunity to do my job. Better yet, even actually fail to do my job. You know, so it was all good though, man. I mean, it was a wide awakening. It was an eye-opening experience for me. You know, for my first 11 years. For the first 10 years of me being there, man, that was the first time I've ever been through something like that. But I grew up from it and I learned. You know, once a new regime come in and people change things and they want to do things their way, then if you ain't part of the plan, then they're going to get you up out of there, you know. So it doesn't matter what you've done, you know, for the franchise and what you've accomplished and none of that, because they haven't been there for any of those memories or any of those times.
Right.
So their thing is, you know, they want to make stuff their way and win their style of football, and, you know, that's what they end up doing.
Yeah, I've always said to teams I've been on that, you know, if we get a new coach, half of us won't be here in 2 years. Like, that's really just how it is, because that coach likes to get his own people.
Yeah. Hey, Roddy, this is the truth, and we're sad. It's a sad day for Falcon fans, and we will definitely miss you. But my question is, how early on in the season were you aware that this was coming?
No, when I first, it was crazy, because when I first, before the season started, you know, we was about to start training camp, and I sat down with DQ, and you know, we sat down, we talked, and he was like, you know what, we don't want you to do what you've always been doing around here. You know, you're gonna have a lesser role, you know, blase, and I was like, okay, cool, you know, because like I don't feel like I should be carrying the team anyway, you know. You know, that's why we got Julio, you know, so he can go out there and be the one. So I'm like, cool, that's no problem with me. You know, I don't have a problem with that. You know, I'll, you know, sketch back on my role and let, you know, whoever y'all want do their thing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when the season started or whatever, you know, my role got, like, pushed back, and I didn't have a problem with that. But then, I mean, we started off fast, and we won 5 straight, and then things started getting rocky. But my biggest issue was,
to say the
like
least,
I told them, is that I was playing the same amount of snaps I played every year. If my role was going to be not as big as it was, then I didn't understand why I was playing the same snaps and they weren't throwing me no passes. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the problem I had. I was like, okay, y'all say my role is going to change. You only want me to play 35, 40 plays. So why am I had 60 plays and you're still not throwing me the ball? Yeah. So that didn't make any sense to me.
And it hurts you. I mean, as far as numbers go.
Yeah, because I'm out there every snap, but I'm not in the progression, not in the reads. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, all right, we just going to put him out there. Like, I didn't understand that. You know what I'm saying? And no matter how many conversations I had with them, that role didn't change for me throughout the season. You know what I'm saying? I stayed in the game no matter what it was, and I was just out there. So,
Roddy, this is Big Kenny. This past weekend, Ohio State football player Eli Apple said that in a conversation with one of the Falcons coaches, he was asked, "Do you like men?" What's the craziest question you ever got asked at the NFL Combine?
It wasn't nothing like that.
What would your response have been?
Just to make that known. You know, just to make that known.
It's like, I was like, well, why is that question like off the books? Like, you can't ask that question now? I mean, for us, I think we've gotten past that point that we have like our first openly gay football player that came out and said he was gay. So I don't know why you can't ask a guy that question now. Like, why is it out of line? You know, ever since we opened this book to everybody, I thought, you know, you should ask, you know, so we don't have no surprises or anything like that, you know, just coming out of the blue, you know.
So marketing and promotions can get ready.
Yeah, you know, so we can get ready for you know, I don't understand why that's off the books now, you know. But the craziest question I've been asked is like, I mean, these people dig so deep into your past, you know, of things and people that you hang around. They had, you know, a couple of my cousins, and they had felonies, and they started asking me about them. I was like, how'd y'all know that?
Trust me, they know about the felonies, player. They know about
I'm like,
the felonies.
how did y'all know that? It was like, what is your connection with this guy? What is your relationship? I was like, how did y'all get to that?
I was a lookout.
Well, Roddy, looking at Matt Ryan, I mean, you've had your biggest years, especially early on in Matt's career. He's under the hammer now. You know, how quickly fans forget, in a sense, of how much he has given to the team. You think he can bounce back from last year's season? Is it him, or is it what the system is requiring of him?
No, I think he can bounce back because Matt has to take total control of his future, of how he wants it to go from next year to the next couple of years, because, you know, he's a very, very good quarterback, and he does a lot of things well. And the things that he does well, we're not doing right now. So we just got to get back to what he does very, very well. And he'll be fine, you know, once we get to that point. So it'll all really be on him, on what he wants and how he wants to be successful. So, I mean, a lot of things that Kyle's asking him to do, he's not good at it. He doesn't like to do it. So, you know, things going to have to change. And I believe it'll be changed because, you know, this is going to be his future, you know. So, you know, and I don't think he's going to put it in the hands of another man and, you know, to go out there and do things he's not really good at. And, you know, he'll just go out there and switch things up. I mean, he makes $20 million a year. You know, he's our franchise quarterback, so it'll be changed. It'll be changed this year.
Yeah, call your own plays, Matt.
Roddy, you're the lead receiver for the Falcons franchise, and with your record, you should have some say in where you would like to go. If you had your choice, who would you like to play with next?
Well, I would like to play with a great quarterback. You know, somebody that I can actually, you know, try to win the Super Bowl with. So, you know, that's what's going to top the head of my list, you know, of things I want to do and I want to accomplish in this league, and that's, you know, is win the Super Bowl title. So, you know, if any one of those teams come calling, and I feel like they're right there, and then, you know, that would probably be a team that I'll be playing for next year.
So you've got a little time on your hands coming up. My question is, on behalf of the Sports Joc, will we see you at the camp in April?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be everywhere.
Good.
I'm just not going. Just because I'm not a Falcon, you're not gonna not see me out here no more.
So you still gonna fall through Magic City?
No, I ain't gonna be in there, man. Only on Mondays.
Only on Mondays.
Today's Monday.
Before everybody else gets it.
Right.
We're definitely gonna miss you, Roddy.
Oh man, I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it. You know what? The reason thing I'm gonna miss is the locker room. You know, more importantly, is all the people that I've developed relationships with and things like that. It's just certain things you can't replace. You know, when you got everything. You know, you've been around guys and you built a relationship with these guys for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. You know, and that's the most important thing. You know, that you get away from football is the relationships that you build. You know, and the people that you learn from. Wayne was one of those people. You know, when I first got introduced to the league, just, kind of grabbed me and took me under his wing and just showed me the way, and it's really why I am in this position I am today, and I feel like, I did a lot of good things just watching him and just showing me how consistent he was on a day-to-day basis, and not only off the field and on the field and just being a good person overall, man, and that's what I pattern in my lifestyle after, how I wanted to be successful.
Oh, that's what's up. Will you keep your residence here? Are you going to stay in
check is in the mail, right?
Yeah. I'm going to keep my residence here. I'm going to try to move next to Wayne.
Hey,
Roddy,
come on down.
I know a great realtor.
You said he helped you out a lot. He ever show you any of them VCR tapes of it? Pull out the VCR like, watch this here, Roddy. And you were sitting there like, what is a VCR?
The Sports Joc's a great guy.
Well, thank you for calling in, Roddy, and I'll talk to you soon.
Man. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you, Roddy.
Roddy White, Falcons ex-Falcon receiver. We'll be back right after this with more of the Sports Joc Show.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
Follow the Sports Joc Wayne Gandy on Twitter at the Sports JOC and get instant notifications of what's coming up on the show. It's thesportsjoc.com.
Brooklyn, break it down. Represent the Brooklyn all night. Brooklyn, break it down. Represent the Brooklyn all night. Brooklyn, break it down. Represent the Brooklyn all night.
It's our first time together and I'm feeling kinda conventional methods of making love kinda horny. I wanna knock your block off, get my talk, blow your socks off, make sure your G's.
I'ma call you Big Daddy and scream your name. Matter of fact, I can't wait for your candy rain.
So what you saying? I get my swerve on, bring it live, make it last forever. Damn it,
Daddy, slow down your flow. Put it on me like a G, baby, nice and slow. I need a rough neck, Mandingo in a sec who ain't afraid to pull my hands back.
I'm the player that you're talking about.
But do you really think that you can work it out?
I guarantee you, shorty, is real. Baby, here comes the man of steel.
Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Doing it and doing it and doing it well.
I represent Queens, she was raised out in Brooklyn.
Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Doing it and doing it and doing it well.
I represent Queens, she was raised out in Brooklyn.
We did it like that and now we do it like this. Do it like this. Do it like this. We did it like that and now we do it like this. Do it like this. We did it like that and now we do it like this. Do it like this. Do it like this. We did it like that and now we do it like this. Do it like this.
Oh, while we're doing it, I'm in the mix now, searching for the right spot to hit now. Get down.
Damn, I love it. Damn, you use a rubber.
Damn right.
You are my lover. The good to you, heard the mother.
Man tight. The only thing left to do was climax. Let's make it last.
Word, we ain't going out like that. All this time you been telling me that you was a dumb.
I tried to warn you, girl, you wouldn't listen. Now let's get it on.
Oh, baby, wow, don't do that shit. Wait a minute, baby, let me please your bag.
you're making me sweat. I'm a lot like a girl.
Nice, get it on to the reggaeton, damn you're large. How a big girl like it, daddy.
Listen, say sexing it, getting that affectionate. Oh, while we doing it.
I'm doing it and doing it and doing it well. I'm doing it and doing it and doing it well. I'm doing it and doing it and doing it well.
I represent Queen, she was raised out in Brooklyn.
I'm doing it and doing it and doing it well. I'm doing it and doing it and doing it well. I'm doing it and doing it and doing it well.
I represent Queen, she was raised out in Brooklyn.
One man's trash, that's another man's come up. Come up.
Can we go thrift shopping?
One man's trash, that's another man's come up. Come up. One man's trash, that's another man's come up. Come up.
Can we go thrift shopping?
One man's trash, that's another man's come up. Come up. One man's trash, that's another man's come up. Come up.
Can we go thrift shopping?
One man's trash, that's another man's come up. People like, it was 99 cents. One man's trash, that's another man's come up. Come up.
Can we go thrift shopping?
One man's trash, that's another man's come up. People like, it was 99 cents.
I'm gonna pop some tags, only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is being awesome.
Now, walk into the club like, what up? I got a big I'm just pumped. I bought some from a thrift shop. Ice on the fringe is so damn frosty. The people like, damn,
that's a cold old honky.
Rolling in hella deep, headed to the mezzanine. Dressed in all pink, set my gator shoes. Those are green draped in a leopard mink. Girl standing next to me, probably shouldn't wash this. Smells like R. Kelly sheets. But it was 99 cents. Copping it, washing it, about to go and get some compliments. Passing up on those moccasins. Someone else has been walking in. I'm being grungy, fucking it. I'm stunting and flossing and saving my money, and I'm hella happy that's a bargain. I'ma take your grandpa style. I'ma take your grandpa style. No, for real. Ask your grandpa, can I have his hand me down? Velour jumpsuit and some house slippers. Dookie brown leather jacket that I found. Dig it. Had a broken keyboard. I bought a broken keyboard. I bought a ski blanket. Then I bought a kneeboard. Hello, my ace man, my mellow. John Wayne ain't got nothing on my fringe game. Hell no. I can take some pro wings, make them cool, sell those. And sneakerheads to be like, he got the Velcro.
I'm gonna pop some tags, only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is being awesome. I'm gonna pop some tags, only got $20 in my pocket. I'm hunting, looking for a come up. This is being awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome,
In the red zone.
To the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. Thank you, Roddy White, for calling in. All-time leading receiver for the Atlanta Falcons, headed to a new city, new team.
And where's that going to be, Sports Joc? What's your prediction?
I would say that Tampa will definitely try to grab him.
Oh, I can see Jameis and Roddy together.
Because his former head coach, Mike Smith, is the new defensive coordinator, and Dirk Cutter was his offensive coordinator 2 years ago. But I don't know if he wants to go there because I don't see Tampa winning the Super Bowl in the next 2 years. He mentioned Super Bowl, so those teams probably would be somewhere to link up with maybe Russell Wilson in Seattle. Patriots like to catch guys in this part of their career. So catch Tom on his last year or two. They're desperate for a receiver. Maybe the Colts. They like to deal with this around Andrew Luck. He should be coming back. But Super Bowl, as far as that goes.
So Patriots?
Patriots or Seattle. I can see him if he's willing to play out in the cold. He's never had a career in the cold. Now, that is a big
not only not in the cold, but not even outside.
Not even outside.
He doesn't play outdoors a lot.
Right.
It's not like he's been playing in San Diego or Miami somewhere. He's been playing indoors his entire 11 years.
So that could be a factor with those teams.
So he's thinking Indianapolis.
Yeah, they play indoors.
They play indoors. So,
Or Tampa's like going home family. I mean, it's not going to get you a ring next year, but.
Yeah, I know Tampa would be definitely.
Might not get you a ring, but working with Jameis Winston, you're going to get some crab legs.
And And the weather's great.
Marshawn Lynch, Big Kenny, you had a question as far as Roddy, something.
When I asked him about the crazy question, and he defended what was the coach's name? Carr.
That asked the question about whether or not you like boys or girls.
Yeah, that asked Eli.
That's the player.
Right. He asked the Dan Quinn was the coach that asked the question, and Roddy said he thought it was a fair question. And would his supporting Dan Quinn and asking that question make other NFL organizations look at him adversely and maybe go, I don't know if he's not open-minded enough to play in Seattle? Would you think that would have an effect?
No, I don't, because I didn't take it as he was saying he was homophobic. I think that if you play football, you're trying to use corporate American guidelines on something that doesn't have a corporate America structure. And that's where a lot of people misses out on. These people, you're already there. There's so much of your life that is already asked and scrutinized. It's not like you sit there, you're kind of raw. So that's just the next question. It's not something where you really stand up and it's an odd everything has been asked of you has been odd. Everything that has been told you has been odd.
Yeah, and that's what Roddy said. The door had already been open.
Yes. And that's my thing, that with the Michael Sam's thing, do you prepare? Do you start preparing? Maybe need a little more insight, because there is a storm. And I don't see any NFL team, like I said, even with Michael Sam just was not talented enough to stick. There's
regardless of his sexual preference.
Exactly.
His boyfriend said he could stick, though.
So I think Roddy is just coming from a football kind of perspective, where the things that we have said to each other, or coaches have said, would definitely get. There's not anybody halfway working at work with me that wouldn't have gotten fired. It's a very male-spoken environment. The rawest of how men are. You know, the kind of place where the guy next to you, farts and then goes out the door and holds the door so nobody can. You got to all stay in there.
So you can't escape.
Yeah, it's one of them kind of. That's how we.
So basically the barbershop.
Yes, it's that kind of whatever as men we get together and just be men. When we make sure ain't no kids, ain't no women around, it's one of those environments. That's why you said the locker room. You really, that's what you miss. That camaraderie where you just are. I always tell
locked in rooms with flatulence.
A lot of sexism, racial. If you go in there, whether you clear it out or whether you come to an understanding or not, you're able to express how you see it and leave without it being, we're not friends anymore.
It's a safe place.
Yes, I tell my side, you tell your side. And like I've always said, I don't think I can't say any. I can't think of any player that I played with that would walk out the locker room because a man said he was homosexual. If anything, he might just be a little more, well, I'll wear my towel in there instead of just walking around like I usually do.
Especially if you can play football.
Yeah, it's just like, when we get in the hot tub, or even when I'm over getting in the steam room, I can always tell who was an athlete over who wasn't. Because the athlete always goes into the jacuzzi and he goes into the steam room with a pair of shorts on. There's no question that I know everybody else comes in with a towel wrapped around them, or they get in it just naked. But if you're sitting there, he used to play ball, he went to college to play ball, he did something, because we all
have rules.
It's a rule. Because there's a rule on the sign. Don't go in the steam sauna
with your junk exposed
without some shorts on. That's what it said. So, it's a very common thing. So I think Roddy's just saying, Big Kenny.
Was that a health issue to prevent the spread of bacteria?
Doesn't matter.
Or was that an issue where somebody the season before was in the steam room like, dude, you don't even play for this team. What are you doing?
The equipment manager.
What are you doing sitting in there with your clothes off? you on the baseball team. I just like staying warm.
What you doing in here?
Who are you?
Marshawn Lynch riding a camel. Big Kenny, I just watching this. Over in, where is he at? American Football Without Borders camp. He went over to Egypt. And right here, Marshawn.
Let's see it.
Do they allow smoking weed in Egypt?
No,
it's not. You can't get that kind of stuff over there, right?
It's against Sharia law.
Yeah, you locked up. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, you
stoned?
Yeah, you'll get your head chopped off over there trying to get stoned.
What else? I can't get a lawyer? What are my rights for a lawyer?
Yeah, you can get a lawyer, but that ain't gonna get your head put back on. They'll chop your head off and then call a lawyer. But yeah, you don't want to really mess around over there.
Oh, okay. Marshawn over there having fun.
So you know he probably didn't
retirement.
stay long.
He's he's retiring and can't wait to see what he does with the second part of his life. Not Cowboys. Chris Jones up at the combine running the 40. As he runs the 40, he falls down and his privates are exposed to the.
Yeah, they were.
Let's see the video or the picture of.
Do we have to?
Yes.
He has been.
Tune into the Sports Joc Show. There you go.
This is the underwear company that is trying to solicit his business. They sent him some, as you can read, hey, Chris, keep working hard. PSD has all the support you need, literally. Enjoy the clean draws. Draws. I always wonder how you spell draws.
Not like that.
That's not.
No, that's not.
But we all knew what it was.
But he ran, and his thing popped out right here. That is Terrell Suggs. He was pulled over, had an accident. Oh, here we go. Here's Chris Jones getting ready for his 40. Taking a long time to get down in his stance. Big fella coming down 40 yards. He falls right here. You can't really see from that angle, but he notices something happened. He goes to tuck it back in. Now, why they have those little uniforms, I don't know. Why they got these big men in these track uniforms.
Hoping somebody's junk fall out.
So that I will watch.
Right at the end, he quickly got down. Everything just kind of fell out.
Yeah, we saw all of that.
On the ground right there.
Can you show that on TV? I mean, on the radio?
You didn't really see anything.
Yes, I did.
You just saw a black spot.
You can show 3/4 of one.
I can see 3/4 of a penis.
And which male in here of us hadn't been in a public place and their junk just falling out randomly? It happens all the time.
The hands go up.
Wait, just me?
You said it's just you.
Just me.
I think you just be pulling yours out. I don't even think
it kind of be like, you check this out.
Terrell Suggs. We can play the Terrell Suggs.
Okay.
Arrested in Arizona. Leaving a crash scene, as they first reported, suspended license. He apologized to his fans for this incident. Is there volume to that? Yeah. What's he saying right there? Oh, no sound. Okay, traffic footage. He bailed out after this. It was 7:37 in the morning.
I thought it was 1 a.m. Oh, he bailed out at 7:37 because this happened at 1 a.m.
But that is T Sizzle.
I would love to see what Sizzle is saying.
He said he fell asleep behind the wheel. He was proven not to be impaired. But he looked like a lot of explaining for somebody that ain't drunk. You know what I'm saying? Well, I was asleep. You know, like my eyes had closed and I went to sleep. But I wasn't drunk. I wasn't drunk because I was asleep. See?
Can we back up to the suspended license? Like, why are you driving? You have a suspended license.
Yeah, you don't
that means you don't drive.
Yeah, they're putting them in the back like that. That's uncomfortable. Why are you putting him in there like that?
Well, it's crime, Sports Joc. I don't think it's supposed to be based on comfort. You know, hey, sorry, hey, I know you killed 7 people, but we want you to feel really nice and comfy on your ride down.
He was explaining how the one car accident occurred, and that's why all his hand waving was going on.
I was asleep.
And the police officer right there seems to be telling him some rights. I guess he had the right to remain silent.
You is special. You is nice. And you is important.
But T Sizzle did bail out and can't wait to hear the rest of this story. We'll be back. More of the Sports Joc Show right after this.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
The Sports Joc Morning Show is now streaming live on YouTube. Catch us live or play us back on demand at thesportsjoc.com.
Baby, they are full of fact. Baby, they are full of fact. Girl, I must warn you, I sense something strange in my mind. Situation is serious. Let's kill it 'cause we're running out of time. Tell 'em, Rick. It's all so beautiful. Relationships, they seem from the start. It's all so heavy. Love is not taken from the heart. It's driving me out of my mind. That's why it's hard for me to find. Can't get it out of my head. It's that girl is
and we hold the world ransom for Wayne Gandy. Excuse me while I whip this out. Show me that.
Broadcasting live from the Armada FM studios in Atlanta, Georgia. This is the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
You may fill me up, yeah. Can you fill me up, yeah? But you won't break me down. I've come too far, yeah. I've come too far, yeah. So just throw it in town. It's a new day, I'ma do it. Yeah, I'm gonna go all the way. You may build me up.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy, 888-926-7562. Power 88, the People Station, out in Las Vegas. Good morning to you. How are you doing out there in Vegas? Can't wait to get me some of that sun and some Sin City. I still ain't got into the sin part, but I'm going to find it one of these years, wherever the sin is going in. Got to get into the sin part of Sin City. Birthdays for last week. Happy Pancake Day. Forgot to tell you that. No, it's tomorrow. Look at y'all. It's Pancake Day. I just thought that was. I didn't even know about it until like 2 days ago. But Pancake Day, really? The invention of the pancake? No, let's have some Sweetwater cornbread. No? Nobody eat that. Y'all don't eat. What do y'all eat? Y'all grew up on that? Hot water cornbread? Yeah. No? You made something yesterday, Big Ken? As a treat? Good old days. Back in slavery days, I guess. Just me and the slaves had that. No. Birthdays. Justin Bieber, 22. Ron Howard, 62. Chris Webber, 63. John Bon Jovi, 54. Bubba Sparks, 39. Big Ben Roethlisberger, 34. Marcus Smart, 22 of the Celtics. Kevin Johnson, 50. Method Man, 45. Reggie Bush, 31. Seemed like Reggie would be older than that. Wanda Sykes, 52. Lynn Swan, 64. The Georgia great Herschel Walker, 54 as well. 54. Lynn Swan, 64. D.L. Hughley, 53. Jackie Joyner Kersey, 54. Draymond Green had his 26th birthday. And the Diesel, Shaq Diesel, 44 years old. For you Rolling Stone fans, just to tell you, they will be holding a free concert in Cuba on March 4th. So if you want to get down there to hear the Rolling Stones, check out on Fidel Castro and the boys, go down to Cuba. It's a free concert, so all you got to do is get there. The new Cuba is going to have a different look in the next coming years. All the casinos and debauchery that's going to be going on down there. Now, I can see a lot of sinning going on in Cuba because it's already going on right now. But that is the birthdays of the week. And as Big Kenny mentioned early, former First Lady Nancy Reagan passed away. Just say no for some of us older people. We remember when she made that slogan. But she has passed away, 94 years old. That's a lot of life. And Buffalo University, Solomon Jackson, right here from Atlanta, DeKalb County, died after 7 days in the hospital after football practice up at Buffalo, University of Buffalo. He attended Tucker High School here in the Atlanta area. Cat Williams, arrested. I went to a Cat Williams concert about 2 weeks ago, Phillips Arena. He spoke about getting arrested again, and he proved his point. 2 times in the matter of 3 days, slapped a Leslie Pool supply person, said the guy was being racial. I don't even know how y'all got into racial at the pool supply place. It's like going to a paint shop. Hey, you're a comedian. You're supposed to take a joke, right? No? Big Kenny, can't you take a joke?
Am I on?
Yeah, he is on. Why isn't he on? Okay. He's on.
Top of the hour.
Yeah, don't listen to that dude right there.
Okay.
He on.
Yeah. Did you see the recent video of like last night he got beat up at a Beanie Siegel concert?
Oh, he got in another fight.
Yeah, they got a media takeout video where he's at the concert and he gets into it with one of the 1,000 hoodlums that run with Beanie Siegel, and they kicked him to sleep.
I thought Beanie Siegel was in jail.
I think he's out. I think he may be out.
Gotcha. Well, Cat Williams.
Yeah. And there are a lot of, I will say this, comedians are some of the most sensitive female emotional dudes you will ever run into.
Gotcha.
They will crack on you all day, but you say one thing about them and they want to take it to the stage. Like literally take it to the stage with it. And Cat Williams just seems to have a lot of these. You remember a year or so ago, he got in trouble at a Target for slapping a cashier at the Target. So
he got in a fight here also in Atlanta over a cell phone.
Alleged to have robbed some young ladies of their cell phones.
The young ladies, 5 women, said they asked him to take a picture. he took offense to it, got in a fight with all 5. I don't know about that. I mean, he's only one woman size.
I thought you were about to say he's 1'1". He's like 5'2", right?
Why y'all want to take a picture with me? I just want to be famous. I don't want no free sex from groupies. Get away from me.
And you know what, Big Kenny? I wanted to ask you too. With all
for some free sex?
No.
Oh.
No. Now I'm all thrown.
You're all thrown off.
Just the thought.
The idea of that
throw everybody
conversation.
off.
Yeah. Okay. So let me bring it back. So I wanted to ask you about the impact of Kat's words with Kevin Hart and Chris Rock. So as a comedian, it seems like he violated the whole fraternity of comedians by,
Well, I think it'd be different if a Chris Rock came out against a Cat Williams, because Chris Rock isn't known for making inflammatory statements about people. But when Cat Williams, who from all accounts, especially in the last week, seems to be a bit of a loose cannon, everybody kind of goes, oh, okay. They go, Cat Williams is beefing with, and they go, oh, okay. And
nobody cares.
Yeah. So what we having for dinner? But if it was someone else, but he's come out with negative things to say about a lot of people. Mm-hmm. So almost like the Donald Trump of the political arena, that courtesy or that industry sort of respect has been out of the window with him for some time now.
O.J. Simpson back in the news. Reportedly, a knife was found by a construction worker on his property. The construction worker gave it to a police officer, and police officer has waited 2 decades to give it to the police, and now they're examining it because they think it could be possibly the murder weapon.
This is not funny.
2 decades in the ground.
And what made them think it might be the murder weapon? Because when they found it, it had a piece of tape wrapped around it, and written on the piece of tape, it said murder weapon. What was?
Then what happened? How did it come to light again? What was the what happened with the person that found it?
The construction worker said that when they were digging, they found the knife. He handed it to the police officer, who's retired, I think, and he went about finally giving it up. So he's saying I think he's basically saying he's been holding it all this time.
Hey, excuse me, sir. You remember that? You remember that guy that was accused of the brutal double homicide by stabbing them and almost decapitating them? I found a knife. That's probably not that important. And then it comes on later, and everybody's like, now it's all back in the news because of the People versus O.J. Simpson miniseries. And all of a sudden the cop goes, wait a minute. Is this the knife that he was talking about? And either way, O.J.'s been tried and acquitted of those crimes. He can never be tried again. He could be in a video holding the knife, dancing and laughing about the murders, and he can't go to jail for that.
We have a picture of the knife? O.J. Simpson, did we ever find that picture they are saying is the knife? It looks like a rusty old thing. But People versus O.J. Simpson, I haven't caught any of that. Is it good? Have anyone of y'all caught some of it?
I watched about 20 minutes, and I was thinking, you know what? I lived through this in real life.
I know what happened.
Yeah, I can tell you how it ends.
It's like the Titanic. You know the ship sinks.
Right. Yeah. My daughter's like, Daddy, this is interesting, and I'm like, I can tell you how it ends.
Well, we're gonna come back. We'll show Von Miller's $40,000 new grill. Peyton Manning's old teammate, the knife, and we'll talk about marriage. People are marrying equal now. No more Cinderella stories. We'll be back. More of the Sports Joc Show right after this.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
Did you get your Sports Joc wake-up call this morning? Sign up for a personalized call and show reminders at thesportsjoc.com.
Let's get this party started right. Right on. Come on. Hit it. Let's get this party started right. Right on. Come on. Hit it. Let's get this party started right. Right on. Come on. What we got to say? Fight the power. What we got to say? Fight the power. What we got to say? Fight the power. What we got to say? Fight the power.
from your heart, cause I know you got soul. Hey, listen if you're missing, y'all. Swinging while I'm singing. Hey, giving what you're getting. Knowing what I know in. While the black man's sweating. In the rhythm I'm rolling. Gotta give us what we want. Gotta give us what we need. Hey, our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be. Fight the power. 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 We got to fight the powers that be. As the rhythm's designed to bounce with calcium that will rise. Designed to fill your mind now that you realize the prize arrives. We got to pump the stuff to make it tough. From the heart it's a start, a work of art to revolutionize, make a change, something strange. We are the same, no we're not the same, cause we don't know the game. What we need is awareness, we can't get careless. You say what is this? My beloved, let's get down to business. Mental self-defense of fitness. Don't rush the show. You got to go with what you know to make everybody see. In order to fight the powers that be. Fight the power. 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 We got to fight the power.
I got they make these go insane, go insane, they make it go insane, they make these go insane. One thing about music, they make these go insane, go insane. I got they make these go insane, they make it go insane, they make these go insane. One thing about music, they make it go insane.
I got my eyes on you. Everything that I see, I want your love, emotion, endlessly. I can't get over you. Left your mark on me, I want your love, emotion, endlessly. 'Cause you're a good girl, and you know you act so different around me. 'Cause you're a good girl, and you know I know exactly who you could be. Just hold on, hold on. Just hold on, hold on. It's hard to do these things alone. Just hold on, okay, okay, okay,
In the red zone.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy, sitting here with Big Kenny and The Truth. One thing I forgot to tell you, because I know I will hear this on Wednesday, O.J. Simpson, I forgot to tell you, if O.J. Simpson murdered, or alleged murdered, Ronald Goldman and Nicole Brown Simpson, because I'll get told that, well, you didn't tell people what O.J. did.
And he's writing it down. I'm looking at him. He's writing it down right now.
Didn't.
He did. He's writing it on the sheet.
I don't believe
he's writing it on the contact
You're
sheet.
just being a comedian.
No. He's just being a...
You can't assume that everybody's heard of the O.J. Simpson story, so you need to tell people what happened.
Right. It was only the crime of the season.
And we do have some 8-year-old listeners, though.
It was only the first court case that was followed on court, live on television for the world to see.
You have to address the youngest of our listeners, right? So
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, all of them are in school right now. They're not listening to the
primary school.
Right. In 1994, this crime happened. There was a chase in a Bronco. O.J. Simpson was acquitted of charges. Since then, he has been incarcerated for trying to steal back memorabilia. I think he got like 12 years or something for that. The juice.
Yeah,
O.J. Simpson.
Kidnapping.
Just so you know, mediocre producer, O.J. Simpson was a Heisman Trophy winner back in the 70s. He was the first man to run for 2,000 yards. And you know that sports story.
A Heisman Trophy is an award given to the best college player in the United States.
This is gonna be a Wikipedia show.
What's the Heisman Trophy? Okay, it's a trophy that's given.
He also ran through airports.
You know, we explain stuff like this to the good producer when there used to be a time when we'd have just beat him up. We could have just beat him up and been like, "Shut up, nerd," and everybody would have been okay with that.
If you look at the Sports Joc page, this is the alleged knife That's not the alleged knife. Oh, it's not real.
Picture.
Oh, they don't have the picture of the knife. They said it was a pocket knife or something, right? Bucket knife or something they called it. Oh, okay. They never did get this OJ thing right. That's why he got off, because they were trying to rush him to court, and they just wanted it to be the juice.
Yeah, Tom Brady, OJ Simpson. Can we not talk about either one of them anymore?
Oh,
how you throw Tom Brady in there?
Yeah, with murder.
Yeah,
I mean, I just
with murder.
deflated some
You're
balls.
thinking Aaron Hernandez.
No. I'm thinking of stories that really it doesn't matter anymore.
I thought you were just thinking of murderous Patriots. I was like, no, that's the other dark-haired guy that played for the Patriots that did all the killing. Tom Brady just cheat.
The Super Bowl
with deflated football.
Super Bowl 50 MVP Von Miller has signed on to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Of course, that's the next logical step.
He's in line to get a huge contract. He has been franchised by the Broncos. Some consider him and J.J. Watts the two best defenders in the NFL. He has dropped $40,000 on his new mouthpiece. It's full of diamonds and gold. They call these grills. If you're looking at the Sports Joc page, this is something you put in your mouth. So when you open it, it blings and draws attention to you. It's a way of letting people know that you have discretionary cash to spend.
Or it could mean something else. I'm not going to say it, but it could mean something.
You done lost your damn mind. That's what it could mean. $40,000 on a fake set of teeth. Boy, me and your granddaddy could have got a full set of teeth for what you spent on no grills.
So that is his new look. I wonder if he's going to wear them on Dancing with the Stars.
No.
No? You don't see him wearing them?
I don't think the producers would allow that. Okay. I don't think that would be in line, but who knows?
A reality show that lets you be outrageous.
They are blinged out, though.
Yeah, they are diamond up. So Von Miller, big money coming to him soon.
But you got to waste it on this. You know what I'm saying? I understand you got a big check coming, player, but come on. You could have spent 10 of that at the strip club and got as much enjoyment and saved $30,000.
I thought that they had played out.
Yeah,
and I thought the grills were back.
Aside from that,
I thought they had kind of went away because they were heavy there for a while.
Yeah, like back in the early 2000s.
Yeah, they were heavy, so they are making. They're back. They said, "Okay, got you." One question. I asked you before the show. Marriages. They say a lot of marriages now. People are marrying people of the same education and same financial background. That the marriage of the rich and wealthy to the poor, as me and Big Kenny was saying, the billionaire and the girls on fries is fading away.
The football players and the strippers.
Yes, so it's becoming more of the two top execs at two big companies are engaging in marriage.
That's more of a merger than a marriage, right?
It starts with M.
Yeah, it makes good business.
So does misery.
Marriage, merger, and misery.
Yeah, it's all. They're all M words.
And murder.
They're all M words.
Well, I can see how seriously, a merger of two people would make more sense if you got really smart people talking about, okay, so this is the plan. I mean, you take the love out of it and the emotion out of it. It's probably coincidental that there would be any of that attached if you're making decisions based on just status. So you make enough and I make enough, let's put our money together and run the world kind of thinking. So I don't know.
Big Kenny?
I think that a lot of it is due to the fact that the traditional model of marriage has changed and opportunities for it used to be where the man was the breadwinner, the woman stayed at home, but now women have access to education. They've been given opportunities to get these high-paying jobs. So it's rare to find a female in your immediate circle where we usually generally pick our mates from and start to date who hasn't got at least almost the equivalent, if not more, than what you have. And then, two, I think it has a lot to do with financially for men. We've seen far too many cases where you get rich and you marry your high school sweetheart and now she's rich and 2 years later she leaves you and she's half as rich as you are with zero effort. You know what I mean? So a lot of guys are wanting to make sure that when the assets get divvied up, I don't have to lose as much of mine.
And that started off with the end in mind, right? So love is gone, all of that. It just becomes just.
Well, I'm sure some of these people probably love each other, but then how do you define love? Some people define love as the ability to not argue over money with my mate. You know what I mean? That's what I want in my relationship, is to be able to get things and live a certain quality of life. So they may love the quality of life more than they love the individual, but you know, it's subjective. If you think that you love someone because they provide you with a nice quality of life, or together we can have a big home and nice cars, then it's worth.
Well, I've never been married, but when I look from outside, and I know that's a different look than being in it, I would say chivalry is a thing of the past for men. And I would say that men are no longer into, you drive the nice car, I drive the beat up truck. Like our forefathers, that it was, I'm going to make sure mama, no, we both can be okay, but you're not going to get in your car every day in comfort, and I'm going to go out here and jumpstart the old pickup. It just doesn't that way anymore, where men want their due equally. That I want a nice tie. I'm not going to give up my nice tie so you can have a nice this. So I think it alludes to what you're saying. It's no more of that kind of you first. I wouldn't, if I'm a woman, I wouldn't want to be locked up because in a situation where it comes down to me and the man, because I don't know that he going to jump first. You know, it used to be that I'll take the bullet.
No doubt about it, right?
Women and children first.
You mean when men were men?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. When men were men.
You know, a fight break out and you think your man might be protecting you. He's sizing the competition up. I don't know.
Shoving you in front of the bullet. Yeah.
So hey, I thought you got a job, you can fight. You know, so I think that some of that has kind of faded away because it's not taught. Being a man that way is one of those things.
It's not encouraged
anymore. If it's raining, we both walking in the rain. You don't get to. I'm not jogging out to the car, and then you.
I might need to change the way I do things around the house. Men don't do that stuff no more.
No, me and you are from that.
Okay, because I was about to say, I just finished coming in out the rain.
Filling up, putting gas in her car.
I left my tape in the car. You still playing tapes, you know?
And some of that is not being taught, and some of it is that women love their independence. They want to be empowered. They want to be the boss as well. They have a job.
It even spills down to my daughter. Like when we're going places, we get to a door and she'll stand there and wait for me to open it because that's what she.
Well, maybe there are fewer men raising men too. That may be part of the challenge. So we got men out there trying to figure it out on their own and watching TV. And let's just see how any of this affects the dynamic of the longevity of marriages. It's still 50% of them are gonna fail, so it's still a crapshoot.
I'm about to say if it get any worse, I don't know.
Let's see if this marrying up changes the that percentage.
We'll be back.
It'll definitely
More of the Sports
change the
Joc Show
procedure.
right after this.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
The Sports Joc Morning Show is now on YouTube's new live streaming. Visit us at thesportsjoc.com or watch directly from YouTube. Search for The Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy.
Say my name.
Oh na na, what's my name? Oh na na, what's my name? What's my name?
Girl, say my name, say my name.
Oh na na, what's my name? Oh na na, what's my name? What's my name? What's my name?
Yeah, I heard you good with them soft lips. Yeah, you know word of mouth. The square root of 69 is 8 something, right? Cause I've been trying to work it out. Good. White wine, I come alive in the nighttime. Yeah, okay, away we go.
only thing we have on is the radio. Oh, let it play. Say you gotta leave, but I know you wanna stay. You just waiting on the traffic jam to finish, girl. The things that we can do in 20 minutes, girl. Say my name, wear it out. It's getting hot, crack the window, air it out. I can get you through a mighty long day. Soon as you go, the text that I just gonna say,
oh na na, what's the name? Oh na na, what's the name? Oh na na, what's the name? What's the name? What's the name? Everybody knows how to work my body, knows how to make me want it. Boy, you stay up on it. You got this something that keeps me so balanced. Baby, you're a challenge. Let's explore your talent. Hey boy, I really wanna see if you can go downtown with a girl like me. Hey boy, I really wanna be with you, 'cause you're just my type. Oh na 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 na, I need a boy to take it over. Looking for a guy to put me work up. Oh, 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 oh. Hey boy, I really wanna see if you can go downtown with a girl like me. Hey boy, I really wanna be with you, 'cause you're just my type. Oh na 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 na, I need a boy to take it over. Looking for a guy to put me work up. Oh, 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 make you want me 'cause I'm hot now. I'm gone, so faded, I'm on one. Bang bang, pop up like a long gun. If you ain't, you ain't making no noise. Get ready to turn up with the big boys. Live fast, die young, that's my choice. Get money like a invoice. I believe the whip, make the money, make the grip. I be stunning with my click. Get it faded till we chip. Now, I love to get on. I love to get to one. When the drink is too strong.
It's time for the scoreboard, where we put a spin on life and sports and how they intermingle. On the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. We left you talking about marriages. One thing they said it's going to make a bigger class division as well, because
all the poor people will be together, all the rich people will be together.
They said it's going to make a class division that could keep that line. You really can't cross over if nobody takes you up. So we'll see how it works out. Hopefully.
So it's a lot of chicks in the hood better start looking closer at the dude live next door, because you're going to end up with him.
Yeah. Tackling dummies. Big Kenny brought us from Outside the Lines, video 3 up there. Did y'all find that? Okay. They're trying to introduce this new concept of using automatic moving tackling dummies to help defenders and help players' safety. That just seems idiotic to me, to even try to introduce this. If you're watching the Sports Joc page, there's a regular tackling dummy, which is usually about 4.5, 5 feet tall, that you usually use at practice on any level. Now they're trying to make it so you don't have to hit each other. You just run and hit the dummy. Now, what they're not showing you is that a dummy is a dummy. That's why it's a dummy, because it's a dummy. It doesn't bend. It doesn't slide. It doesn't do the things that a human body will naturally do. So as you're running and hitting this dummy, you're really not actually simulating that you're tackling a person. First of all, that person is going to hit you back. So when you hit them, it's gonna be a force. It's not just your force to them. It's your equal forces meeting up, and that person makes moves, actual real moves, not side to side or front or back, but all of it at once sometimes. So when they use this, I understand everything about football and our world now is to try to make an unsafe sport safe. It is you talking about something I want to go away? I want all you people that are trying to do something. Boxing is boxing. It's boxing. What else can you do but box? You're going to get cut. You're going to get swollen. Football is the same way. There's certain things about it that just makes it a violent sport, which that's what people mostly like about it. That's why they have flag football, and they have tackle football. If you don't want to tackle and hit each other and go through that process, you play flag. But I'm watching this, Big Kenny, and thank you for bringing this to me and trying to figure out how does this actually work. It doesn't think for itself. It's still big and green or red. It doesn't look anything like what a running back or a receiver looks like. How am I getting better doing this?
I think primarily right now what they're thinking about is preserving the longevity of the player. But like you said, a tackling dummy isn't going to lower its head and hit back. It's not going to spin. It's not going to
stiff arm.
Right, stiff arm. It's not going to have a blocker come from out of nowhere and knock you down. So, and then with the immobility of these things, it looks a lot like playing Tecmo Bowl just in 3D because it's very. You remember the old vibrating football game? Just the little dude did that. It looks something like that, and I don't really think it's helping. I honestly think it'll get some players hurt. Because you can hear these guys when they're tackling, they're going like, ooh, like he really laid the wood onto the tackling dummy, but that's not how the regular game's going to go.
Right.
So, but, anytime there's the technology that's for retail sale, all they need is for one or two people to buy it, and that's all they really care about is getting their product on the market. And if you have a leg to stand on as to say it's going to help decrease injury, that's the biggest liability for the NFL and football.
I just let's leave the game alone. It's about hitting. It's a part of it. Yeah, you can do the concussion thing and pull guys, but it's a violent game.
The whole world's starting to look like a video game.
Have you seen the artificial intelligent robots that they're making now that can deliver packages and work on assembly lines and things like that? Pretty soon, I think they'll incorporate this type of technology with that, and we may see a time when we have a robot football league, where just to give people an alternative.
What was that movie with the boxing with Hugh Jackman in it?
No one saw it.
Real Steel.
Yeah, I'm about to say no one went to see it.
When it was robotic boxers.
Right, boxers.
It started when they did
and they made it all traumatic with he's getting beat. He's a robot. Who cares?
The 8 Ivy League football teams decided to eliminate all football contact during the season. So they minimized it in preseason.
Excuse me?
Your 8 Ivy League teams.
It's worth repeating.
Have decided that there won't be any contact during the actual season. So after the 2 weeks of training, then only hitting you will experience will be in football games. That rule will go in effect this year.
Oh, and then they're going to get hurt bad.
They're going to get hurt bad.
Yeah.
But we go to Ivy League schools, so it doesn't make a difference. We weren't planning on careers in football anyway.
Well, they should have done some more research on that. That just, how do you practice and how do you get ready to get hit if you're not getting hit?
When you find that, please
forward
that to my mailbox so I can read that article of how I'm supposed to do something without doing it. And if you already minimize spring hitting, you already have minimized season and preseason. When am I going to do this?
Will this eliminate any positions, any coaching positions? Because if I don't have to, what's the sense in having a or blocking coach or a defensive coordinator or you know a tackling coach.
It would be, and this not trying to sound sexist, but it'll be like they're pushing the women's agenda to be coaches, where the coach, even if he's a male, will just be talking from theory. It'll bring back because he's just theorizing what it would be to do something.
It sounds like they're trying to increase the medical component of more doctors, more trainers.
Yes,
because they're going to all be in demand.
Yeah, and I think injuries last year, you saw every game, even if the guy returned, how much going in and out of games have you seen players do now?
Quite a bit.
Because they don't train that body to absorb.
It's conditioning.
And you're out there like a quarterback. And if you ever play football, you understand the quarterback only gets hit when you see him get hit. He never gets touched at all until the day you see him on a Sunday or a preseason game get hit. And that's why they fold up so quick. Because it's not that they're not tough.
Then the other dude that's hitting him is like 325 pounds and running a 4.2. That has a little bit to do with it.
But it's like boxing.
That's a great analogy.
You have to have that thick skin.
Yes.
And only the conditioning of actual contact
builds that up.
will help you to build that.
Yeah, so we'll see. The Ivy Leagues are moving it. Excuse me?
The chop blocking?
We'll see.
Thoughts on that?
Oh, they're removing the chop blocking from
NFL?
Oh,
altogether.
they finally have decided that, huh?
Proposing it right now. So that's why I want to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, fans, so just so you know now, if the chop block goes, then scoring is going to go down and your offensive line is going to look terrible. Some blocks you can only make by chopping the guy down. I'm supposed to reach this guy that's 3 yards already over there to where you want to run, and the only weapon I have is that when I get over there, I can threaten his knees, which distracts him enough that he protects himself first. We're still humans. Human nature is to protect yourself first. He does this, misses the block. Now, if I can't do that, he doesn't have to worry about it. I'm glad I'm done with football because these people.
Let me tell you, the only Super Bowl is going to be a Madden. I mean, at this point, it's all going to be a video.
See, Roddy, you got out at the right time.
Yeah, and it's there. I don't know why. I mean, they're pushing this agenda to make a sport of violence not violent.
It's the liability of this whole CTE. Pretty soon, they're afraid that somebody's going to come up and say repetitive hitting has caused me to need a hip replacement, and you knew that I was going to need a hip replacement, but you never really told me that.
That have just as many injuries being looked at, like soccer and baseball, where we know there are a lot more
because the litigation didn't stick there first.
Yeah, NFL is
changing it up.
The litigation stuck in the NFL. They actually took them into court.
We're going to knock down the biggest person first and try to scare the other teams into it. We'll be back or other leagues after this with more of the Sports Joc Show.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
Follow the Sports Joc Wayne Gandy on Twitter at the Sports JOC and get instant notifications of what's coming up on the show.
Like this. When the last time you heard it like this? When the last time you heard it like this? When the last time you heard it like this? When the last time you heard it like this? Smoke some, drink some, get ripped, and make the girls in the party just strip. Move your ass, girl. Only if you know you live. From the club to the parking ride. How many chicks can you fit in that ride? Put them up, homie. Top down, chrome
spinning. You see the ball sprinting. I'm loving these women. I let two get in. She tried to let the rest fit in. I'm like, no, love, that's forbidden. I ain't for swishing. That's a problem to the will. Well, trust, I know them 20s real well. Now we coasting. Me two chicks and toasting. I turn up the volume, watch the bass get them open. Soft spoken with a wild side. I love them in the ride. They love it in the ride. We was moving bodies before we hit the party. Before the DJ started cutting. Cinderella, you girls from nothing to something. Hit the parking lot, hear the club system thumping. Lose the face, YouTube's was great, but it's to the VIP, I got new moves to make.
When the last time you heard it like this? Smoke some, drink some, get ripped, and make the girls in the party just strip. Move your ass, girl. Only if you know you live. From the club to the parking lot. How many chicks do you put in that ride? Put 'em up, homie. Two.
Like she loves some. Bring it back like she loves some. In the club with the lights off, but you acting shy for. Come and show me that you're with it. Stop playing, now you know that I'm with it. What you acting shy for?
Just give me you, just give me you, just give me you. That's all I wanna do. And if what they say is true, if it's true, I'ma give it to you. I think took a lot of stuff, guaranteed I can back it up. I think I'ma call you bluff. Hurry up, I'm looking out front. You see me in the spotlight, ooh, whatever your style. Show me what you got, 'cause I don't wanna waste my time. See me in the spotlight, ooh, whatever your style. Show me what you got now, come and make it worth my while. Give it to me, I'm worth it.
And now, back to the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. Thank you for sitting in with us. It is March the 7th. This is almost noon, so we're about to jet out, but we have one more segment, good fun, coming up. And the first time in 30 years in Rio, they're taking the headgear off in the boxing ring. It's been 30 years since they've tried this. So when you watch your boxing matches, the amateurs will have the headgear off, which adds another dimension to the matches. This was something that they did. They've been back and forth with this, so based on which Olympics, but headgear is gone at least. So with your Zinca bite, you can also, and your AIDS and your robbery, you can also get knocked out in the ring.
Yeah, do you think they're increasing the violence to take your mind off all the Zika and AIDS and polluted water?
I've always wondered why they did it, but you know, they always said it was amateurs, so they didn't want to damage them too soon. I thought boxing was boxing, but we're gonna get to see the real deal.
I also used to think football was football, so there goes that.
There you go. That's what I. What else is going on? The Braves fan. Let's show you this Big Kenny truth. Braves fan. Spring training is going on. This man saves this little boy from getting hit with the bat. That black thing that's sticking out came out of the player swinging. You see the fans around him. Parents, if you notice, this boy has a phone in his hand. And right here, I'm assuming that's probably his father. If that bat hits that boy, as you can see, everybody else was paying attention because everybody else is ducked. You only see an elbow. Whoever this is was in the front row, right here by the guy in the A. You only see their elbow. They so deep down there.
That's his mother ducking.
But this man saves this boy. That bat was definitely about to hit him in the eye, nose
a great
area.
shot.
And look at the kid's expression. Hey, what's going on at the baseball
You can
game?
tell he's a little chunky too. He spends a lot of time looking down at a piece of
What is
electronics.
going on at the baseball game?
And if I just noticed the phone. That was the first thing that stood out. And I've said on this show, when you buy those seats down there is no let me check my email. Because that bat would have, that's serious damage right there.
You're in the game. You're in the game.
Bats and the ball are coming down that third and first base line.
You are in the game right now. So pay attention. Dangerous area. And that's why that sign, it's a sign down there. I keep telling people as you're walking, it's a sign that tells you if you sit in this area, balls and bats, objects come at you. So hopefully this kid learns his lessons and just go to the nacho cart. You look like you like
I'd
it
like
anyway.
to see the inside of that guy's arm. I'm sure it must have been black and blue because it looked like that bat was coming.
He looked like
coming at it.
He's braced for it though, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
He got all his muscles
He's
flexed.
straight armed.
And then the kid is like, "What happened, Daddy?" I was looking at my apps, and I heard everybody screaming, and now your arm is black and blue. Did the nacho cart come by?
Conor McGregor getting beat by Nate Diaz. McGregor talking a lot of smack. Felt like he was the king of the world. Diaz, am I hearing this right? Diaz gained 25 pounds in like 2 weeks to make this fight. Conor came down a couple of pounds. It was some kind of.
I think he cut the meat in the middle.
Yeah, they had to meet, so one lost like twice as much as the other one to meet in the middle. A lot of people picked Conor McGregor to win this fight right here. He's getting choked out. Just go to sleep.
Conor McGregor gained 25 pounds in 2 weeks.
No, I think Conor lost like 8.
Oh,
and Diaz because
gained 25.
The gentleman that Conor was going to fight got hurt.
How do you gain 25 pounds in 2 weeks?
I can show you.
You hang out with that little boy on the phone.
I was about to say, what are you eating, the McBaby?
Holly Holmes, who beat Ronda Rousey about 4 months ago, lost her match. She got choked out. Miesha Tate made her go the distance. Got her in this hole right here. If you're watching the Sports Joc page, there's two ladies. One has their neck. She's kind of wrapped behind her. And Holly Holmes would not give in. She would not tap out, so she passed out because she wouldn't tap out. That's why I didn't understand what Ronda Rousey was doing. If I was fighting Holly Holmes, I would take her to the mat. I would use submission holds. She's a bigger, stronger fighter. Why would you stand there and try to box with her all night? I don't know.
And she tapped right as she was going unconscious. I guess she debated, should I do anything? Should I maybe and went
you
right
sure
out.
that's tapping or her arm just falling down?
Or just reflex like a chicken still be running when the head is chopped off.
That's what it looked
unstable
like.
nerves.
That wasn't a purposeful
That was
tap out.
convulsions. That's what that was.
But it's beautifully executed move right. Once she got those legs around her, she was going for it all. Miesha Tate, who lost to Ronda Rousey earlier in her career, now will get another chance. Twice to Ronda Rousey will get her third chance to try to take Ronda down.
And I know these, especially this UFC fighting, a lot of that's predicated on smack talk. And Conor McGregor, before he got into the ring, he was telling Diaz, like, I'm going to savagely attack you, and you're going to be standing there like a gazelle in a herd, panicking, hoping that I don't get to you. And I was thinking, like, man, that sounds fierce. You know what I'm saying? He is really... He ought to be striking fear in the heart of the dude. And Diaz was just sitting there like, I don't care, man. You're not gonna do anything to me.
He hit him with some of that Liam Neeson.
Yeah,
is that what he was hitting with some of that taken?
You're gonna be huddled together. You're gonna be frightened like gazelle huddled together, being attacked by a wild animal, hoping that I don't get to you.
McGregor, first $1 million check written. So UFC is growing. It's the first match that anybody's made $1 million doing.
But recently
he
he's already bought a drop top Rolls Royce and a Lamborghini. So that money's gone.
Well, he might be placing bets on himself. You know,
Never know.
Never know.
Maybe he's leasing.
I don't know if they have those kind of rules.
And then he's Irish, so you know they doing gun running too.
Speaking of Tecmo Bowl, Big Kenny spoke about that. A guy named Joey Getz is considered the #1 Tecmo Bowl. They still have Tecmo Bowl tournaments in Madison, Wisconsin every year. Tecmo Bowl turns 25 this coming December. It'll be 25 years since the first Tecmo Bowl was put out. Joey Getz logs has since, in those 25 years, 60,000 hours of Tecmo Bowl. He plays at least 30 times a day.
Is that his job?
Do you have a picture of Joey?
That would just make your day, wouldn't it?
They didn't have a picture of Joey.
No, he didn't do an interview. Well, I be trading really hard. And, oh my God, I trade so hard every day. And then the girls, I never have time for dates because I'm busy playing Tecmo Bowl. This is my career.
So I thought 60,000 hours of life. What is that in days? Divide
no sex. I tell you that much.
At least 60,000 divided by 24.
60,000 divided
that's how many
by
days.
You know I can only add in grams. You know what I'm saying? I only do fractions good.
What is 60,000 pounds divided by?
Yeah, there we go. Hold on, that's $23,000.
Anybody? How much is it? 2,500 days of his life he spent playing Tecmo Bowl. Wow.
Is there a check though at the end? Do we know?
I don't know if it's that Tecmo Bowl. I can imagine that is maybe a gift certificate to the Sizzler, and maybe some free car washes. I mean, that's about all Tecmo Bowl can get you right there, can it?
I'm gonna find out.
I remember Tecmo Bowl. I'm actually on. I'm gonna show my age on Tecmo Bowl.
Too late.
You're on a Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, my age is on the Tecmo Bowl.
You were on paper football. Yeah, when dudes was doing this whole thing, when they was in the classroom with the folded paper football holding their hands up, you was on that game.
Dang.
So 60,000 hours he's logged.
That's a lot of time. That's a lot of time.
That's all life. That's all your free time if you got a job, wouldn't it? That'd be all the time you ever had
Good to
free.
see he's got his priorities in order.
The Tecmo Bowl king, Joey Getz.
And just imagine the reaction he gets when he says, "I'm the Tecmo Bowl king," and people go, "The what?" The hell is Tecmo Bowl, sir? What are you talking about? Is that something you get from Chipotle? Is that does guacamole come with the Tecmo Bowl, sir? Is that extra? What are you talking about, Tecmo Bowl, Joey?
Oh man! And before we go, Jameis Winston. Let's show Jameis getting baptized right here in the Nile River. No, he's not in the Nile, but he's probably in some Lake Alatuna somewhere. But Jameis and his girlfriend at an NFL.
Oh, not together. Not the double baptism.
The double baptism.
The family that lays together stays together. When you get baptized in the holy water, you go down as one person, but you come up as two, but she still get half if you ever separate.
And she gonna use that.
Oh, we was baptized
together.
We was meant to be together. Jameis
Winston getting baptized with his girlfriend.
I wonder if he's marrying up.
Oh, her?
Yeah, exactly.
She probably from Bessemer.
and Jameis has been in the news for some questionable decisions, and we see that he still hadn't learned. You know,
but we are in the ocean of the show.
The truth is, he will throw your ass in the ocean. It's time to wrap things up on the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
When you hear the sounds of the ocean, it gives the Sports Joc just a minute to vent about last week's activities. Thank you, Roddy White, for calling in. We'll see you on a football field, not in Atlanta, but somewhere next year. This week's ocean candidate, Robert Kimdiche. Yeah, the same Robert Kimdiche that got drunk, fell out the hotel window. Well, Robert's up at the combine, and Robert decided that, hey, I ain't the only person going down with the ship. He decided to let people know that his former college teammate Laramie Tunsil, offensive tackle who's considered the best player in the draft, was also in the room, even though nobody knew. Talking about big time snitching. Can a friendship survive that? No one, not even the police, knew Laramie Tunsil was in that room. But Mr. Kimdiche has decided to let the world know that that guy that you're going to draft first was in the room with the drugs too. For that, Robert Kimdiche.
Walk the plank.
I don't know if I want to draft a snitch, man. You might, who knows what you might tell on us. Well, you enjoy your Monday from me and my crew. Big Kenny, the truth, the producers. Peace.